Welcome to the Was It Good Though podcast. We'll be bringing raw and unfiltered energy for each movie and TV show that we will be reviewing. Just think of it as turning your movie group chat into a podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jazz.
I am Jason. And man, per usual, I got some house rules I want to run through with you. So let's get started. One, we will be spoiling this review. So if you haven't seen it, you haven't watched it, please stop, go check it out, and then come listen to this review. Number two, please like, share, subscribe. Let your friends know, let your church members know, let your family know what we are doing over here at the Was It Good Though podcast. Number three, have fun. We just kicking shit, having fun with my friends. That's what we do. And last but not least, this is not a kid-friendly podcast. So if you're watching with your kids, that's something on you that has nothing to do with us. Let's get to this review.
Ooh.
What? Nigga, did you just fart?
No, I didn't. I definitely didn't. Definitely
Sicko.
didn't. I don't. That's on the podcast. I would never do that. That's kind of disgusting.
Oh, for real?
Like, what if the audio get picked up? That got to be an episode. But no, I didn't.
That's insane.
I didn't do that though. I didn't do that. No. But good evening, or good morning, or good afternoon, whenever you receive this podcast. This is the Was It Good Though podcast about movies and TV shows. I am one of your hosts. I am Jason.
I am Jazz.
And Jazz, we are here this week with episode 106, not Park, but episode 106 of our show. We get to do it our own way. We're not following AJ and Free, but tomorrow is Juneteenth as well. We watched a movie. We reviewed a movie about Juneteenth, The Blackening. I definitely suggest people to watch it. Comedy horror, maybe spoof horror, maybe I don't know how they want to spin that, but I definitely think it was worth the watch.
I loved it. It was one of my favorite movies that dropped in 2023. So I definitely highly recommend. And I think we're supposed to be getting a Blackening 2, which I'm like, let's get that.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. But bigger than that is you talk about your favorite movie of last year. I believe what we're about to talk about today is one of my favorite movies of this year. But we have a guest as well for this episode, but we want to make sure we give him his just due to introduce himself. Brandon, how you doing, my brother?
Hey man, I appreciate y'all having me on. I'm Brandon from Concept Moon Studios. If you're into comic books, things like that nature, please go check us out at Concept Moon on all platforms. You can find me at Bigger Than Everybody Bobby on IG. But other than that, I'm just here to enjoy these movies and get these jokes off.
Man, yeah, we definitely here for the jokes. Movie kind of hit personal for me. But it definitely ended on a high note, just like my life always seems to turn around, because I guess I got God on my side.
Amen. Amen. Speak on it, brother.
But episode 106, if I haven't mentioned it, if you haven't seen our backgrounds for the people that aren't visually watching this, Fall Guy. Yes, movie starring Ryan Gosling and my girl Emily Blunt. And I may be here today to update my milk list. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 106. We jumping off the lid because Chris said that I become a new nigga when I get off the podcast, and I'm just here to say I don't slay milk, but I do have a list of milk that I would slay if it came down to it. It'd have to be like last people on earth type situation, but yeah, I do have a list of milk that I want to get to. But this ain't me. I'm not leading this episode, so I'm gonna pass it over to my sister and let her carry that torch.
I feel like the energy of this pod has definitely changed since we hit 100, and we're in 2 years in the game. And
I've been putting in that work, and this seems like a safe space. Jason's talking about his milk list, and I'm here today on 106. 2 of my milk list members was in this movie. Lord have mercy, it's crazy. They just needed Chris Evans, and I'd be like, oh my God. But
I'm not doing this on Juneteenth. That's tomorrow. I can't be worried about no milk. So we are doing a movie that is pretty much about love, getting that old thing back and putting that body on the line. And also Tom fucking Cruise. This movie was a dedication to Tom Cruise, creator, the writer. Dude, he riding the hell out of Tom.
Listen.
Y'all know what I mean? Because it's insane. The movie references in this movie were amazing to me. Man. And I'm just like, movie heads, people that are fans of it will definitely appreciate this movie. And it's unfortunate. I remember a couple of weeks ago when I saw this, it was saying that the movie is considered a flop and it hit digital very fast. Did y'all check that out? Brandon, what did you think about that kind of, I guess response to movies and theaters and good movies? I can understand bad movies flopping, but when you have movies like this that's creative, how does that make you feel as a movie fan?
Oh man, I think it's majorly disappointing. I don't think we get enough movies like this. This is really just a fun movie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not trying to take itself too seriously. It's just trying to give you a good story. It doesn't take the audience it doesn't think the audience is dumb, which is what I like. It just kind of lets you roll with it and have fun with it. I think we need more movies like this. I think it sucks that it didn't do well in the box office, but I definitely went and copped that digital release. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, it was worth it, but
sure.
but it did at least break even prior to the digital release. So I'm glad it did that. I was talking with Crystal about that, and I also talked to Barry about it, and we were saying there's something that needs to be changed, some kind of reformatting or something that's going on, because now there's a million different factors, from COVID to people just not liking to be outside their homes anymore, to things, people saying the movies aren't good, which I don't agree with that, because I feel like I've seen within the last 6 months, I've seen at least 5 movies that I can see what is it? Something test of time. Standing the test of time. I couldn't get the framing of that.
That's why I'm here, man.
Thank you. But yeah, and I definitely think this is one of the movies that stand the test of time. And I forgot the one thing I thought about, Jazz. That was in my. It's not in my notes, but I remember what I said. It was kind of bold to say, but I felt like this was the action version of Scream to a certain extent, because there was a lot of things, because like kind of like what Brandon said, they don't take themselves too serious. It's just a fun movie, and there's just a lot of references to a lot of things that came before to show how we even got to this, and there's a lot of love to the people that's behind the camera, like those different people that's doing different things. So I definitely feel like Scream was one of those movies. They did change a genre. I don't think this is necessarily changing a genre, but as far as a movie being able to mesh love and action, I would find it hard pressed to find a movie that's up there. I think True Lies, like, I don't think nothing can beat True Lies. That's my favorite action romance, but I think it'll be hard pressed to find another one that's gonna be up there. I think this would be a top 3 action love romance movie, in my opinion.
That's a very interesting category. Can you give me like 3 other movies that fall in that? Because I've never heard that before. So if you're creating something right now.
So if you look at this movie, what would you put it in? Would you put it as a romance? Would you put this as an action? Like it has, cause it's going to be one, but there's going to be a subgenre of the movie. But just to give you another one, Mr. and Mrs. Smith is another movie that you would put in that category. What you say, Brad?
When you described the category, it made me the first movie that jumped out into my head was a movie called Killers with Ashton Kutcher, and
was it his wife?
It wasn't his wife. That was a different one. That was a good one too.
I know what you're talking about.
The one with the girl from like the doctor show, Grey's Anatomy, I think it was. She started on that. She was in 40-Year-Old. No. What's the one where the girl with her sister was 40 and she was pregnant with Seth?
Knocked Up.
Knocked Up. That woman, the actor from Knocked Up.
Katherine Heigl.
Yes, she's in. That's a really good movie. It's in that same vein.
I think Date Night would be considered an action romance, because that shit, because it turned. I mean, Yeah, no, fuck that. That's an action romance. I'm giving it. I'm
That's the
giving
same
it.
So,
one with the movie Issa did with my man.
Yeah, yes,
You feel me?
and
oh, Lovebirds.
love,
Yes.
but also, but I'm also going to say the relationship between this movie only can work with two strong actors. First off,
I agree.
Facts.
but I don't think they did. But this is me. This is a reach. The relationship between Emily and Ryan character is very similar to Lawrence and Issa when they're on good terms. Some of the stuff they were doing, like the jokes that they were making between each other, it was like only them two would get it. And it was like anybody that walk up there was like, what the fuck are y'all talking about? And why? Like they were just, oh, we go get some spicy margaritas and we can go sit on the beach. Which, by the way, Nate, if you watch this episode, spicy margaritas are ass. Like I do not
No,
like.
they're not.
Big
I,
trash.
I
Big
got
trash.
I but I have a GERD issue, so like I don't need to be drinking hot drinks. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't even drink, but like drinking the spicy one just it just seems so crazy.
Nah, they're pretty fire. I'm sorry that y'all have terrible taste buds. Jason, I already knew, but Brandon, damn, my brother, the judgment is all over.
Like, listen, like, don't nobody want to drink hot food. Like, that don't make no sense. Like, just
No,
don't make
it's
no
not
sense.
that. It's that flavor that is given, especially with the
I'll take
tequila.
I'll take a mojito or old fashioned, and
Oh, hell no. There's no way you're going to say a mojito is better than a spicy margarita.
come on, man, definitely.
Do
But
you put sugar in your grits too? Go ahead and lie to me because you're from North Carolina too.
I put
Ooh,
sugar in my grits.
Yes. Okay. All right. I was
the
about to get
face,
him out of here.
the
But
face, the face was definitely the face was definitely giving. Nigga, what the fuck wrong with this? Hey, I'm a butter and sugar person on my rice and my grits. That's how I eat them. A lot of people, I mean, people don't. Let me not say a lot of people, 'cause a lot of people do, but there are
So you
people that
mix your
don't.
eggs with your grits?
I'm not really a grits person. I choose rice first over grits, but I
Okay.
will mix the rice. Not, I won't do it like on purpose. Like I will do it on purpose. I'm not say that, but I'm not just gonna throw that. I'm not gonna, people like put everything in one bowl. I don't want my food touching. But when I want to eat it that way, I can scoop it that way.
I feel you.
That's how rice biscuits became a
You're
thing,
about
Jazz.
having good balance on your plate so you can get that full
Exact
attention.
everything, Nick. Everything.
Listen, I get it.
Exactly. Speaking of balance, I'm sorry, Jazz. I'm really taking reign right here, but I promise you,
you love this movie, so
it's not
I'm
even
loving
about
that
the movie.
energy.
It's not even about the movie. It's about balance. Jazz, Brandon, you probably before Jazz, but I'm gonna ask both of y'all. Do you guys know "Girl Give Me That" by Sir Webby?
Yes.
Jasmine, could you tell us what that song is about?
Giving up that cat.
I want you to go deeper than that, please. Shh. You can't go deeper?
He's like, girl, give me that
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
P word.
Mhm.
Okay. Brandon, do you
Give me that.
uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, you guys are correct. You're not wrong. And no, but Jazz, when I get high, I get real prophetic. Not prophetic, that ain't even a word. I get real, I
It's a
get
word
real,
today.
I get real deep. That's what let me stop being, let me keep it simple, stupid. So I get real deep. So I'm listening to the song, I'm listening, and Bun B verse come on, she 5'5". He explaining the girl at the strip club, she bad, she do, and then it kicks back over to Webby. And then I remember back in high school, I was 14. Webby was like 17, maybe 18. He made a classic album. First album is a classic. I think the first two Savage Life's classic. That's my personal opinion. But what I was going to say is, this brother was begging a stripper to fuck. And while "Girl Give Me That" is niggas do that. I found it funny because I'm like, bro, this nigga was broke and he was trying to convince this stripper to get with him, and he was really begging her for like 5 minutes. I was like, wait, was he really begging to a woman like this for 5 minutes?
You just made that song a lot more relatable to a lot of people.
I was like, he said, "Come on, girl, I know you want it bad as I do." Now
Mhm.
look, he really kind of kicked game, but yeah, Jeff, I'm sorry. That was something I had to think about. And you were talking about balance, and I was just like, dang, this kind of crazy.
Somebody out there is going to think, how the fuck did he connect those two things together?
Mm.
But you know what? It don't matter because he did. Because he did. So we pretty much meet Cole, of course, Ryan's character. Jason, what did you think about the introduction of Colt?
It was interesting. With you got the voiceover, him explaining, giving us the rundown of what's about, not pretty much not what's about to happen, but him just explaining the story, the layout. I feel like if you was to have a job, like being a stunt guy, if you can take it anyway, would be a pretty cool job. A lot of them get really, really hurt. How do you even sign up to be a stunt? Like, where do you go to do that? And am I of age to be able to be a cool? He needs a stunt guy. I can't fill him out. No, okay.
Oh, I can definitely be like big guy number 3. Like I can do that. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna have you as an extra. Like you're not gonna be no stunt. You're going to be in the movie.
Listen, do you want me to look mean? I can do that. Look, I'm 6'5". Who I gotta be mad at? Give me the check.
But it's kind of cool because with him describing everything, he's talking about his dream job with his dream girl, living a great life.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, something terrible happens. He gets injured on the job. And with his injury, he ghosts everybody. Now, Brandon, did you see the movie Thanksgiving?
No, actually.
Okay.
Caught me off guard.
It's the slasher that came out last year.
Around
So
Thanksgiving.
there's a guy who did the same thing. He got injured and he left. He ghosted everybody for a year and came back. Jason, did this remind you of that character from Thanksgiving? Of how Cole just said, all right, so my back out, I'm gonna go ahead and leave, grow this beard, this hair, and work at this valet service.
Man, no. I mean, no, it didn't even that never even crossed my mind when I was watching this. But I see the similarities. Two young bright stars on the rise. Colt more so was an established stunt driver or a stunt person. And he gets hurt, and what they say, pride comes from the fall, but his fall came before the pride. Like, he need to stop lying. He said that in there, but come on, bro. So I get it. Like, I definitely get it. But he kind of also said how she wanted to be there for him. So that was very manly of him to push her away as she's trying to assist him during that. So
he changed his number, which is crazy. Like, you just went ghost on everybody. But with this being a movie about, of course, stuntmen, I remember, I think a year ago, there was a post on Twitter that mentioned who does their own stunts better. Brandon, I'm going to go to you. The categories were Tom Cruise and Jackie Chan. Let me ask you.
I don't like this. I don't like this
wait.
question.
Let me give Brandon's answer. Brandon, who do you think does their own stunts better?
I mean, how is the answer not Jackie Chan?
That is great. Thank you for that answer. Jason, who does their own stunts better? Tom Cruise or Jackie Chan?
So within this, there is I don't feel like there's a wrong answer in this
Jason.
situation. No, I'm not. You're not making me select. You can select if you want to. I'm not selecting. I'm not picking. So the reason I won't is Jackie Chan is more of he's more of like a stunt coordinator, right? So he's jumping through things, getting beat up, getting hurt, all these different things as he was rising. I don't think Tom didn't begin that way. So Tom began to take his movies to another level. So while Jackie was doing it at a high level, and he began to, because he got older, but Tom, as his movies got better in his time, man, he started doing a lot more. He just started putting more of those risky stunts in the movie because it makes it look a lot better when you're able to do those stunts. So I think they're completely different. I think they're completely different. I've never seen Jackie Chan fly a plane. You know what I mean? I've never seen Jackie Chan hold his breath for 13 minutes and take things apart as well. I've also never seen Jackie Chan drive a motorcycle off a cliff. I have seen Jackie Chan fall through off a roof and go through like panels of glass. Like, I've seen panes of glass.
A roof? He just disrespect that skyscraper like that? like a roof? Like, hold up. Like, see, I'm sorry. I was trying to just contain it all in me while you was talking, and I'm like, hold up. So at what point is a person an expert, right? So you trying to tell me you gonna take peak Tom Cruise over peak Jackie Chan in stunts alone? I mean,
What is peak? What are we considering peak Tom Cruise?
I mean, Mission Impossible 2.
What was the stunt in that movie? You remember? Because I
Well, hold on. Is that the one where he runs down the side of the skyscraper with the straps on?
see he does that so many times, but I feel it's it.
Okay, so he run.
I feel like
Okay,
there was four. I feel like there was four though. When he
maybe
jumped
that
out
was
the
four.
building, he jumped
I
out the
would
building. He
say
ran on the side.
all the Mission Impossible movies are probably his best stunt work, in my opinion.
I
I don't think he does anything probably more intensive than that, other than like his running scenes. That man be running like he ain't nobody outrunning Tom Cruise.
You want to put Top Gun in there? Top Gun 2 when he because I mean him being able to actually be out there flying that goddamn jet. Like
I mean, he can fly, but he wasn't flying. I mean, he wasn't doing all of them flights. Come on, man.
Not every one of them. You're right. You're right. I give you that. Not every one of them.
Like,
not everyone. I give you that.
Look, he's a billionaire. Well, I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he's definitely a millionaire with a lot of time on his hand. The fact that he can fly, it ain't that impressive to me. But watching Jackie Chan slide on his back down the side of a skyscraper with no ropes on or nothing. Like, come on, man. Then he was on the hovercraft, just dangling off. He almost got ran over by the hovercraft. Like, we can't disrespect Jackie Chan like that. We just can't even do that on this day like that. I know the Juneteenth tomorrow. We just can't do that with the folks out. You know how many Kung Fu flicks our ancestors done watched with Jackie Chan and doing his thing? I just can't even let you get that off like that, brother. I'm sorry.
Oh man. I love Jackie Chan. I would never take anything from him, man. But them two guys there,
that was good. But I love both sides. It was good people on both sides. But in this scene, of course, Cole comes back to the set after being begged and lied to, because that's what you got to do. You need somebody to come through. You got to drop a lie a little bit. Because Cole's life was just not, he was struggling a little bit, but he was still living in his depression. And so shout out to Gail for calling him up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jason, I'm going to go to you with this question because we talked a lot about the writer strike last year. When you see Cole get on set and you see they have this whole machines, AI technology in a way, scanning his face. And I don't know if you remember, I feel like that was one of the biggest issues that a lot of the folks were having. That was on strike of like, y'all trying to use our faces for future content and not pay us.
Mm-hmm.
So like, how did you feel about this scene? Did that whole thing cross your mind when you was watching this? You probably was just having a bomb ass time. You wasn't even thinking about none of that outside bullshit or any other.
I'm not. When I'm at the movies, everything is turned off. Life is turned off at that moment. Hopefully, nothing important happens when I'm at the movies. But I wasn't thinking about that at all. I wasn't even thinking about anything. Now it did feel very predictable in a sense. With what was going to happen, because it's just like when you have somebody that's too persistent, I do feel like that was like the one thing. Well, I think there's two, but for sure one of the most major things that I didn't like about this movie, like I wanted that twist to actually be a twist.
Ooh, I thought it was a good twist. Oh, that's interesting.
You didn't peep that though?
No, on the second watch through, I definitely peeped it. Like the first watch through, I think I just kind of I enjoyed the character of Gale. So I think that's probably what glossed it over for me.
And the second thing is I walked into the movie late. I went to the theaters, I was late to see it. So when I came into the movie, they were on the beach and he was trying to convince him to get into the car to drive it. So for me to be late and to see them on the screen together, I was like, man, this is super tense. Like, I don't know what's going to happen or what happened, but I kind of pieced it together when I actually seen it. Then, of course, when I went back and seen it again, I was like, oh, shit, so I was right with what was going on. But
so you peeped Gail at the beginning.
Yeah, you didn't. She was super, like, whenever you had that person that's always pushing you to do something, it's just, like, I would have been surprised if they went away from that. Look at Jazz Stone.
Where did that come from? I was like, am I tripping? But nah, that's dope. I was definitely gonna ask like when y'all started suspecting her. Jason was like the beginning.
Yeah, that first scene,
It
that
makes sense
first scene
though.
I peeped.
Yeah.
When
I'm
you
just
break
saying,
it down like that, I can completely get it. But in my mind, she was just acting like typical Hollywood pushy people. So it was like I kind of like I liked her. I like the way she played it. I had to go look the actress up. I was
Yeah,
like, man, she played the hell out of that character.
she good. No, she good.
Um,
I would like to see her that she like in a she could be like in a Knives Out movie. She would be dope in something like that.
ooh,
oh
yeah.
yeah, she was actually. I went and looked her up. She was actually the Scepter from Game of Thrones.
Wait,
The
she
Baylor,
was
Yep.
who?
the
The
okay.
evil scepter from the like the whole church sequence where she was walking. Shame. That's her,
Oh shit!
right?
What?
Right.
That would have been that would have been a dope Link of Thrones. So I'm
Listen,
just saying, just throwing it out there.
Damn, that would have been an amazing Link of Thrones.
yeah, my bad. I was
Oh,
excited about
that's for
it.
you. She wasn't mine.
She wasn't mine either, but that was a good one.
Yeah,
Damn,
listen.
that was a good one.
She was my 1B, but I was excited about that. I wanted to tell somebody. I was like, when I went and looked her up, I was like, yo, she's such a great actress, man. I was like, yo,
She
Nah,
looks
this
so different without the robes.
yeah.
listen.
I think the first four. I mean, I would consider Emily and Ryan, of course, in two, Gail three, and then I would consider Aaron Taylor as the fourth.
Yeah.
They sold their roles. They sold their roles. Like they were acting when it come to it. So I was surprised that Aaron was in the movie. I don't think I think I've seen the trailer, but I was shocked seeing his ass pop up in the movie. But again, I
I
missed the
thought,
first 10 minutes too. So
I didn't know he was in the movie either until I watched the movie.
so I knew he was in the movie, but I didn't think he was going to be in the movie as much. I thought he was the one that got killed. And Ryan was the person to try to look for who killed him. But
I think that's what I thought as well.
I'm glad it wasn't that. Like when I saw this, I said, okay, I'm glad it didn't end up like how I thought it was going to be because I didn't want him to die. But
He was a fun character.
yes, he definitely was.
You got range.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we're on the beach scene and we're seeing a lot of things happening behind the scenes. Brandon, watching this and seeing like somewhat of a POV of what happens behind the scenes of like an action movie, did it make you kind of appreciate action movies more of like all of the work that pretty much goes into it and how something could happen that's not even scheduled?
Oh yeah, for sure. Which I actually appreciated that portion of the movie a lot because that's something that I also have an interest in doing is kind of getting into directing movies at some point. So just getting to see how they do things and how they set up the scenes and how they kind of roll through it, everything. I thought it was an amazing job. I think it definitely it made me appreciate what the stunt crew does when they do like some of these really big practical effects or the stunts that they do. So yeah, no, I 100% I appreciate them more after the movie.
Right. Jason, since this movie is pretty much about basically stunt guys or stunt women, stunts on both sides, what is a movie, well, excuse me, what is a profession that you would like to see get its own movie?
Ooh. Profession I want to see get their own movie. So this was. Did she write this? Did Emily write this? Like, was she just a director? Did she write this as well?
Did she write the real movie?
Not the real movie. I know she didn't write the real movie. I mean, within the movie, because I feel like this was more so focused on the stunt guy as opposed to anything else. So this a profession I want to see. I mean, you got the janitor movie with Cedric and China, so you can't even do that. And I think Mr. Johnson does a great job on Abbott, so you got that role taken care of.
You
Shit.
scared me when you said Mr. Johnson.
My
I was
bad.
like, please don't bring up Meet the Johnsons because that's
Oh yeah, no.
Nothing. I got scared.
Jazz, that's a great question because I mean, you've pretty much seen. I think I've seen everything outside of what we're about to what we've gotten a movie from a killer's point of view. I think that's the only thing I really wanted that I could think of that I riding with, which I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, that's something I want to see.
Okay. What about you, Brandon?
The first thing that jumped out of my mind, probably firefighters. Like I know, but you've had a bunch of firefighter movies, but I think they can be. I don't know. I feel like there hasn't been like a big like summer blockbuster firefighter movie that I can remember, other than. Well, no, that's not even a
Backdraft.
firefighter movie. Yeah, that's like the first one I can think of. But that's what. How
What about
old?
you ever seen what's the other guy? Joaquin Phoenix. That
Oh, Ladder 49.
I've not seen that one. I like Joaquin too. Like, that was good. That was about the
Jason
way his face is,
cried.
like to see his the way his reaction is. I gotta
This
watch it
baby
tonight.
ass nigga. He was about to cry just now. Oh my
Listen,
God.
look, I just seen it. I was like, oh Lord. I'm
You
like,
saw
I
Brandon
made a
like, when they
mistake.
cry out here?
I was like, oh, I've really touched a nerve here. Yeah, no, I'm about to go watch that. I'm watching that tonight just because of you, just because of that.
and I think
Now,
that
if you cry, you gotta let us know.
Right.
everybody,
Oh no, I'm gonna come
everybody,
back. I'm gonna hold it.
and what was it? Michael B. Jordan? He was in one too. It was about
That was talking about the Fahrenheit
about
451.
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
consider that wasn't to me. That wasn't really a
Like I
fireman
get it.
story though. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
I'm gonna have to go check Ladder 49 out. That's and then the only other one I could think of, maybe an astronaut, but we got a bunch of those. So it's like there's like you said, there's so many. You even got deep sea divers and all kind of stuff. So
What's that
I
movie?
don't.
Yeah, I think that movie with talking about movie with crying. That movie with Tom Cruise and not Tom Cruise, but Bruce Willis and
Armageddon.
and Ben Affleck.
Yeah. I'm
They
sitting here
fucked,
like, why you gotta die?
Like,
that fucked me up, bro. I was I was a kid. I said, wait, what's going on? What they doing? Why you doing that?
Why is he still on the rock? Why is he still there?
like they leaving them?
Man. Oh shit, the movie with what was it, Sandra Bullock and George Clooney? Like, bro, what y'all doing? You know what? You never seen that, Jazz?
Sandra Bullock and George Clooney.
Is it George Clooney? Yeah. That was they got stuck out of space, but
Oh, I've never seen that before.
oh, let me be quiet then. Let me be quiet. I ain't gonna say
I'm
nothing.
not gonna see it.
You know, the last movie that made me cry for real was the Michael Pena and my man that plays Mysterio.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh shit, the cop movie.
Yes, I watched that while I was
End of days,
deployed.
right?
Yes, and I was deployed for like 7-8 months and watching that. I don't know what I was thinking about. I was in the whole tent just snot bubbles. It was crazy.
Hey, look him. Okay, so Ryan Gosling, Jake Gyllenhaal, they're my like favorite actor. Like they're two of my favorite besides like Leo. Like Leo the
Tom
top
would
dog.
like to have a word. Tom would like to have a word.
I fuck with Tom Cruise, but Tom,
I know.
it's a little different. It's a little different with them though. You know what I mean?
You got him over Brad though?
Yeah, I think I do. I appreciate Brad. Like his earlier Brad is really you know, he's still cool. You know, they trying to make me hate Brad right now though. So I gotta say, Ryan and Jake.
What did Brad do? Oh no.
They say he be putting hands on women.
Damn. Well, ain't like Brad no more.
I'm still watching the movies. I don't know about all that. When Bullet Train 2 dropped, I'm doing too much.
Jason, we reviewed Bullet Train
tonight.
I said Bullet Train 2 when they dropped.
Probably gonna review that too.
I'm gonna be right there in the comments.
And I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I know you hated it, but I love that movie.
I tried to go back, but I didn't finish it because that shit is like 2.5-3 hours long.
No, this shit definitely
I paused it. I was like, I'll come back to it. Never went back.
That shit a lifetime. But I
definitely watched it in four sittings. I had to make that a mini series.
That mess is definitely long. But we get the reunion of Colt and Jody. And I absolutely love, and I saw a lot of people speaking on this online, the chemistry between Emily Blunt and Ryan. Just like you said, Issa. I don't have to say his last name. I could just say his first name.
I thought you were thinking it. I'm sorry.
No, they know which Ryan I'm talking about. Ryan B. Gosling.
Why not Philippi?
Ugh.
Don't do my boy like that.
He
was in Shooter, and that was
Cruel Intentions.
Shooter was a
Jason,
hit.
we not lusting over Juneteenth is tomorrow.
It's not lust. That's not lust. Shooter is an action.
It is for me because I had a crush on him when I was younger.
I get it. I get it.
I mean, but when you say Ryan, you could be talking about Ryan Reynolds.
That's still white. You gotta give me a black Ryan because tomorrow
Ryan Coogler.
He got a wife. I like to be respectful.
Okay. Okay.
Fuck all that respect.
Ain't Javante married?
Nah, he broke that off. But we get to see the reunion of Colt and Jody, and then we get the history of their conversation. Jason, I'm gonna go to you. How did you feel about the scene of them actually seeing each other for the first time, and then how Jody kind of pivoted the entire shot to their relationship?
You referring to when she set him on fire 4 times?
Yes.
4.
Yeah, I think it may have been 3, but she kept setting him on fire. I really enjoyed that scene. Just her being able to put that information or put everything out there on Front Street in front of everybody, because I don't think he would have tried to keep it a secret. It felt like she more so tried to keep it a secret, but she was like, nah, fuck it. We finna put everything out here on the line today. Since that's what we doing, let's put it out here.
Was she wrong?
She wasn't. Just given that situation, I have a real issue with people ghosting people. I know a lot of people like, closure is a myth, but like for you to be talking to somebody every day, week to week, month to month, and then just out of nowhere just disappear, but just keep living life. That's strange to me. There's nothing to send a person. It takes 15 seconds to send a text message like, "Hey, this ain't working," or "I'm just moving on. I'm moving on, and you ain't part of it." Now it's just we've made it acceptable to just be like, "I'm just gonna stop hitting this nigga up and just keep on moving my life," which you don't owe me anything, but it's kind of fucked up in that situation for somebody to do that to you.
Okay. I feel that.
So yeah, she should have set his ass on fire a little bit more times.
Brandon,
She
do you
got him
think
like
she was
10
wrong?
times, it seemed like, man. She got him a lot.
And then she was slamming him up against the wall.
Listen, she got her get back. I was happy for her. Like,
do y'all think she was in the wrong or petty?
definitely petty. Definitely petty. That was big
I
petty.
think, okay, I agree.
She was in the right though. Like, look, you can only do that. You only get a certain many opportunities to be in situations to get that kind of get back. You got to get it.
This movie was like the perfect movie for any of those moments. Because like this thing, we can't go and do any of these things to somebody if we felt the way about them. Imagine dating a stunt coordinator and like it just even like the cute shit they was doing. Like they was having a drink game and she was slapping them across the head with the bottom. Like, bro, that's cute as fuck. Like, that'd be dope.
It was.
Man, I'm over here listening. They made a nigga feel differently about Taylor Swift. I don't fuck with Taylor Swift.
Jason, Juneteenth is tomorrow. You better get some R&B artists. Fuck wrong with you?
There was no R&B in this song. Blame M'Baku. I don't know why he didn't allow that. He didn't put that information.
Allow? Do you see how many people in this movie? You think my man was about to be like, he cannot have that song in there. We need something else.
And then he had a chance to sing. They took him out the singing scene. That's crazy.
That was kind of fucked up. I want my karaoke song. Brandon, what is your karaoke song choice?
Oh man, I gotta go with something like I'm gonna have to go with something. We was talking about Armageddon. I'm gonna go Aerosmith, Jaded.
Okay. Come on,
if I'm gonna mess the song up, I ain't gonna mess none of my ancestors' songs up. Like, I'm gonna mess somebody else's song up.
I was about to ask you, like, you know the words and everything?
I mean, I know most of them. I know like every other one. You know what I'm saying? I know the sounds you're supposed to make when the words are on the screen.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying?
And then the crowd will definitely jump in.
Listen, I'm gonna have to do this one time. Bam, everybody.
Oh my God, I love doing that. And when I love it.
I'm me, so I want all the attention. You niggas ain't getting no singing from me. Y'all can sing along. I think I've changed my song though. I'm definitely "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey. That's definitely my shit.
Okay. Mine is still Nicole Ray. Make It Hot. I don't even need the words. Just give me the beat. Yes. That one and We Can't Be Friends with Deborah Cox and RL. I can sing both sides. Yeah. It'd
You
be
hard in your
crazy.
2000s, that early 2000s R&B heavy.
Listen, every time.
I would debate tooth and nail that 2000s is better than 90s. I would debate that.
Everybody trying to hear that
R&B
shit.
wise?
R&B wise. R&B wise.
Ooh, I mean, I think it has a better solo run. They had better solo runs in the 2000s. The 90s was about groups.
Well, I think it was about singles. I think it was about singles.
Yeah.
Because if I go back and listen to a lot of them 90s albums, while some of the singles they hit, but like the B-sides don't. And
Yeah.
the early 2000s, them albums there, crazy.
Everything.
90s, you had Whitney, you had
Whitney,
Mariah.
don't make me be disrespectful on this podcast.
What you talking about?
What,
You about to disrespect Whitney?
what Whitney album you fit? What Whitney album are you finna talk about at this moment?
No, I'm saying because y'all
You
because
mentioned
Brandon said
Go ahead.
because Brandon said in the 90s you had more groups. So I'm giving solo artists.
Okay, my bad.
So
Okay.
you hitting us with
Yes.
the female artists though, but I'm talking about Boys to Men, Jodeci, H-Town.
It's not my fault the fellas couldn't do shit on their own.
Listen, why you gonna disrespect us like that?
And they tried and Tank tried
This
to bring
Tank
it back.
ass nigga.
Tank tried to bring it, you know I love Tank. You know I love.
I know.
But Tank tried to bring it back with that nigga, but
that
Jody,
TGT album.
But that nigga Jody, he couldn't get right. That nigga Jody wanted to be paid more because he felt he was a bigger person because of Fast and the Furious.
I mean, but he was a bigger artist in general than the other two. I mean, we talking album sales and things.
Genuine? There go a fella for you right there.
Genuine didn't outsell Tyrese, man. Come on, man.
Oh no, I'm just saying a male solo artist in the 90s.
Oh yeah, Genuine got it. He was more early. He
was
more 2000s though. They was more 2000s.
So
more
2000s.
That's true.
I think more so Brandon's point is you had the groups heavy in the 90s as opposed to like the 2000s, because in 2000s outside of you had like Cherish, like you had them groups like that. Then Destiny Child broke up like in 03. And then she went solo. So like the groups like that, they were ending. You see it now. Groups are trying to come back. I don't know if people are going to really give it a listen, because most people, older people, they're stuck in, they want this. So like that's the real reason I always debate 90s versus 2000. Even though I really do feel that way. I do feel like 2000s it hits a bit more, and it also got to be because I grew up in that era a lot more than I did in the 90s. That's the second part of it too.
Facts.
That's 75% of it.
I mean, I was there with my mama, but it's different when you experiencing and listening to this music at the same exact time.
That's why I
know,
but
going back and listening to
90s
R&B
R&B
hit way different now.
Yeah,
it do.
Because I feel that pain. I see why he was on bended knee. Right. I see why.
I understand.
Yeah.
Listen, listen, if you want to listen, I'm gonna try to get us off this tangent, but if you want to have some entertainment, go watch that Uncle Sam. I don't ever want to see you. and just shake your head at everything.
Classic.
It's like, come on, man. This nigga stopped playing basketball in the middle of the game because his girl showed up. Like, and then you like, come on, bro. I had to get him out of here. I'm sorry. But yeah, you're welcome. Visuals.
I'm more. What's Donnell Jones? I'm at the window watching my girl eat.
Yo, these they solo singers was menaces back in the day, man, for real.
Back in the day, them niggas still menaces.
Well,
they don't sing about it as much though.
We know about some of the things,
but now we see them working together. Jason, have you ever been involved with somebody that you work with? Where you go?
Yeah, I have.
Okay. Brandon, what about you?
Huh? Yes. I'll just say yes.
Okay.
It
was an interesting time.
It do be. I'm not, that hot boy energy no more. Like that's some wild shit.
I was on my full city boy time that time.
Yeah,
I just got back in the country. I had to blow some steam off. Like life was different.
Jazz, how about you? Did you have a work husband that you got involved with?
Never had a work husband or never gave anybody that label. But yes, I'm agreeing with y'all. I'm the same.
Gotcha.
3 Spider-Mans. I'm not gonna lie. And I know it's not good, but that shit fun as hell. Like,
But as she said, like flings, they're very intense and very fun. Like you want to know if it's going to be more or should it just stay right here?
Hey, listen, how far did y'all go at work though is the question.
At work itself?
Mm-hmm.
the job.
Office.
Oh, the relationship outlived the job. Both of them.
No. I mean, I'm talking like, listen, hold up. This ain't that kind of podcast. Like what? Oh, it's just me that this. Okay, never mind.
At work. I mean,
Yeah.
during work,
Oh
maybe
shit! I understand your question.
on the parking lot.
Listen, my office had a lot.
Nah, I wouldn't. I ain't had no job like that. I was at Home Depot.
They shouldn't have gave me a lot. That's all, and then let me work with 95% women. Like, what is wrong with it? Like, it was.
He said they put me in a situation like this.
I blame them.
Who am I?
They
Who
put me
am
in a
me?
hucklebuck. That's what we call that. Okay. But listen, that was their fault. I had never worked in an office before either, so I was losing my mind. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the original question was, but I'm gonna try to go past it.
Have we worked with somebody at? Well, have we dated somebody?
Oh, sorry, I didn't understand.
Got involved with what?
Question?
Now, what Brandon said was, "Have you ever done some at work? Got your back blown out in the office or something?"
That's crazy.
Wild day out there.
But so hey man, I was about to go like straight down there, like, but no, I'm gonna chill. But you have Colt and Tammy talking. Excuse me, Gail. Who is Tammy? Ain't no Tammy in this.
It's Lil X.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You couldn't blame Tammy.
BBL Drizzy.
BBL.
But so basically, we come to find out our mission for this movie is missing. They can't call the cops because it's gonna fuck up the movie. So she sends Colt on this adventure to find Tom. And of course, he's like, I need a car to go ahead and get around. Colt in a car crying, listening to Taylor Swift. Brandon, were you feeling like a connection with Colt at this moment? It's just like, have you ever been in a situation where you was crying in the car and got caught?
No, that's wild.
Crying in the car and getting caught.
The reason could be anything.
No, but I did feel for him though. I really enjoyed the scene. But I definitely had not been walked up on when I'm crying in the car. If I'm gonna shed some tears in the car, I make sure I go to a nice secluded space, you know what I'm saying? Put my sunscreen up, so nobody can see me from the front either. You know what I'm saying? You got to protect yourself better. He didn't take care of his things.
You think if he would have set his seat back like he was laying down, nobody would have saw him. So he could have been able to cry and let the tears fall back.
Nah,
but he'd have looked real wild laying back in his truck by himself.
But it could have been, I'm trying to get some sleep because I got jet lag. That could have been
But then you don't see you can walk up on you. So it's like, it's a bad situation already.
He couldn't see it anyway. He was too busy crying. His eyes was full of tears. Jason, do you have a song that you cried to?
Yeah, Don't Cry by Jay-Z.
That's my shit. You cried at it?
I do. I have. Like you talking about like now, if I was gonna cry to a song now, it'd probably be neither one of us want to be the first to say goodbye. That should get me every time.
I don't think I know that song. It's a long ass title.
Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Oh,
so Gladys Knight and the Pips.
I know who that is.
Neither one of us want to be the first to say goodbye.
I might have to listen to it.
Yeah, you just took us way back.
Yeah, I love like 80s is my favorite. 80s is my favorite year of music. Period. Like I think rap and R&B is the best Like I think the 80s is the best. However,
How old are you?
34.
Okay, I was wondering.
But like in the
Sorry, I
70s
mean
stuff.
you
Now
was
you
there.
good. Yeah. But like 70s though. 70s, there's an extra feeling in those songs. So like who is that? Who is that? David Ruffin and Teddy Pendergrass. I miss you. Oh, you talking about some that now that'll make you sad. Nigga be in the color. Ah, I miss you, baby. I can never pick who got the better version, but them niggas was singing. You hear me? My bad. My bad.
No, that passion is what we need.
Also, Apple Music is some hoes because Hear My Dear, I think that might be the greatest album of all time. That's just my opinion. But yeah, Hear My Dear by Marvin Gaye.
You wouldn't know. Hear My Dear, Not Trouble, man.
I Hear My Dear. I Hear My Dear got that one.
Man,
It got it for me.
what's going on?
I think you and also because it was personal and he talking about him dealing with the I was going through it when that shit was when I would listen to this song. I was like, oh my God, is this what Marvin felt like? What's going on? He caught it, Jazz didn't.
I appreciate this conversation.
But I will on a rewatch. But Jody knocks on the window and she's just like, can I come in? She's over here like, why are you crying and shit? I just love them on the screen together.
Yeah.
I need them in more projects because I was just like, oh. And he couldn't get his words out. Like he seemed like he wanted to say so much to her, but he just didn't want to say the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like really deep. Brandon, have you ever been in that kind of situation?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, you get overwhelmed with emotion. You don't want to, you don't want to say too much. You don't want to say too little, but that's that. But I've definitely been there. I don't want to go back there again though. No, I want my new experiences to be on screen. But no, I think that scene was wonderful because I don't know. I just really been appreciating Ryan Gosling as an actor lately, to be honest. So, and I think this movie is just another little cherry on top because he was great. He's been great in like the last 4 or 5 movies he's been in. Like, and I don't understand why he don't get more recognition personally. Going all the way back to the rom-com he did with Steve Carell where he was dating his daughter and
Oh my
he
God.
held her up in the movie. Like, come on, man, my man is out here.
That was my shit too.
So it's like, yeah.
Jazz was
So
kind
it's
of
like,
hating on my shit, man.
What you
man, that
mean?
movie, man.
I told you to watch. You was like, man, this shit weird. The girl like that. I'm like, I don't think that's weird, especially for the
Nah.
times.
That movie was so good. And then so like to bring it back to this movie, like the subtle little ways he was putting the inflections in his voice and how he was talking, like he's just such an amazing actor, man. I just really appreciate this movie really made me appreciate his range and like his depth as an actor. Funny enough, like because it's really you wouldn't expect that in this movie, but he brings it to this movie.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I want to piggyback off of you saying that. And I want to go ahead and say this movie made me appreciate Emily Blunt.
What? This a first?
And
Just now?
No.
Oh,
So I only see her in like a few things, but like
I get it.
I will say this, like I'm not up on her catalog. So when I think of any of my top actresses, Emily Blunt doesn't even come in my top 20. I'm gonna be honest.
Damn.
And so
That's
it's
crazy.
because, but
I
see,
get it.
if I don't watch her catalog, I'm not familiar with her work. Not saying I don't know who she is, but I've seen a few of her things, and of course, like Quiet Place. And
that's the scene in Quiet Place, but you had that bait.
Man,
listen,
I done seen so many movies recently where women are having kids.
and the world is ending.
It's death everywhere. Yo, this year been crazy alone.
Please tell me y'all saw the movie with the woman in the tank that's on the ocean that's by herself in like a
Immaculate. Yep. From Sydney Sweeney.
It's like a foreign film.
No, it's not foreign. I mean, they were overseas though.
There's
she
this
was
other. I'm gonna have to send you. I'm gonna have to find it. For
Is
you.
it? It's not. Is so there, it's not foreign, but it's not the well. I think there's a movie. I can't think of what it is, but I know infertility is an issue worldwide, and this lady gets pregnant, and the guy is trying to help her have the baby, but people are trying to kill her. The entire movie. That's not it.
No, it's a man. She is in a storage container having this lady going through it. This pregnant lady's in a third world country. A husband get killed at the beginning of the movie, or he get taken and then he trying to get to her. Nowhere. It's called Nowhere. She
With
is
a K
trapped.
or with it just spelled the regular way?
With the Nowhere. Like,
Okay.
and sorry, I done hijacked the whole thing, but she is in like she's in a whole like they in like some kind of third world country that's at war. They trying to escape. They get into a storage container, and so everything that could go wrong goes wrong. She is trying to have a baby in a storage container. I'm sorry, somebody knocking on my door.
No problem. But nah, yeah. So, because I know that you've been up on Emily Blunt for a while. So.
Yeah, nah. I love Emily, man. She's super dope. You don't see the thing, you don't fuck with Tom Cruise neither, because she was good in Day After Tomorrow.
I need to watch those movies.
Yeah.
But that's a really large commitment.
I agree. I think her catalog is worth, and it warrants a watch. Edge of Tomorrow, not End of Tomorrow. Edge of Tomorrow is what it's called.
I probably got to watch all of them to understand what's going on.
Devil Wears Prada, she was in there. Like that was like one of her.
She
first...
was with Anne Hathaway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Emily Blunt, nice man. She was supposed to be the original Scarlet Witch.
That would have been crazy.
No, I'm not. No, I'm lying. Not Scarlet Witch.
Black Widow.
Black Widow.
I wouldn't like that though.
Oh no, she was been nice.
Wait, you trying to get the Olsen?
I think she would have. I think she would have.
Olsen out of here, but trying to keep Scarlett Johansson.
So this is my thing. Scarlett Johansson, she's a good actress, but I don't think it requires much acting for the for the Black Widow role. I do think there's a lot of emotions and things you have to deal with when it comes to the Wanda character, and I think Emily would definitely bring that out. Not to say, I think the Olsen sister is really good at the role. Not to say, but Emily at that role, that would have been super dope.
That's interesting. I'm curious because now I'm trying to envision her as Wanda. I just
think about her in the quiet place after Vision got killed. Like that would be perfect.
Yeah. She's one of those few actresses though. I can kind of see her doing any kind of role, and she wouldn't necessarily do bad at it. It just might not be as good as the person who did it. But I see her doing kind of anything at this point. She's up there with Anne Hathaway for me.
Ooh. What's the other girl that you don't what's the girl from the zombie movie, Jazz, that you didn't really care for? She was also Ryan Gosling's the girl that he was dating in that movie that you was talking about, Brandon.
The Fall Guy?
Nope, not Fall Guy.
It's great.
Not the Notebook, not Notebook.
Emma Stone.
Her. She's up there for sure.
I like Emma Stone.
I'm saying
she top 10. She ain't top 5 though.
Emma
Stone?
Oh shit! I forgot that was in what's it called together too, huh?
Who?
Ryan Gosling and Emma. That was in the other movie.
They've been in a lot of movies together.
Yeah, they've had a couple movies. Yeah.
La La Land. That's what it's called.
La La Land. They was together. The movie you just had talked about earlier, and I feel like they have at least 3 movies together.
Ryan Gosling has an underrated catalog, man.
Yeah, he just don't fuck with Shorty from Notebook though.
Oh, he hates Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, they hate each other.
It's shared.
I don't know how they filmed that movie together, but that's acting.
I mean, that's just
that beef up. I didn't know that.
That's just like from Mad Max Fury, Charlize Theron and Hardy, they hated each other, but the director used that anger for them to bring life into their characters.
Tom Hardy may be a problem. I've heard of a few beefs that he had on set.
This nigga, like he in the business,
like he take his role too serious.
Problem.
Yeah, because what's the guy whooping his ass? Shia LaBeouf whooping his ass on that little movie they was in together.
Hold up, in the Outlaw movie? Hold up, you gotta explain that. Hold up.
They said I don't know what the issue was, but they said he was in there putting hands on that man on set.
That's why Tom Hardy doing all this MMA training now. Yes.
Never again. I never let an even Steven whoop my ass.
Hell no, he getting his ass beat on set by Shia LaBeouf. Like you can't even go to the hood no more for that. I don't know where he from, but you can't go back after Shia LaBeouf put his hands on you.
But don't Shia LaBeouf seem like he got like extra like super soldier strength?
He might, but his
maybe
name is
from the
Shia,
coke
so
that he been
he got to
using.
get his ass beat.
Like he just, I don't know. He seemed like a super soldier.
Yeah, he's one of those dudes that do that method acting and they go crazy.
Yeah. But we have Colt. He pretty much goes to Tom's house, and for me, this is when I start to feel a shift in the movie, because now it seems to be moving from that love romance to like action for sure. Because of course we were seeing stunts and like fake action, but now Colt goes to the house. He get attacked by Iggy Star with a prop, knife, or sword. Sis was putting some work through. I'm not gonna lie, like she was beating his ass. Talking about I'm a good actress. Sis, I think he was really trying to kill him for real. You just didn't succeed. But she tells him about the drug dealer. Jason, what did you think about this club scene and the visuals that we got? Because we got our first real. I'm gonna say the club scene was the first real fight. Iggy, I'm not gonna say was a real fight.
I enjoyed it. This movie, it definitely gave me Everywhere All at Once vibes. When they began to go from reality to animated, but I also want to shout out how they were like those super meta moments that they were having in the movie. Like I love them. Like in that first scene when I come into the movie, she was like, "What if in the third act we have the main guy tell everybody, well, mention that the movie is going bad or it's not doing well or something like that." So it was dope that when he got tied up, he called it out. He was like, "Bro, this shit is too clunky and it's not working. Like this is just too much. We got to change this. Something needs to be changed." So in the club, the guy was like, "I love movies, but I love cartoons, and like this is everybody know it's a movie, so let's make it. Let's do a cartoon now." And like that entire scene was just super dope. You know, him fighting in there, and then him the unicorn following him the entire until he dropped his high or got off that high.
When he was no longer the unicorn came his reflection, and then it just pretty much went away. But I thought it was funny, like when he was talking to the drug dealer was so excited talking to the stunt man, and he was just like, "Do they give an Oscar for stunts?" He was like, "Do they give Oscars for that?" And then Colt was like, "For stunts." And I remember that's a category a lot of people said they should create for the Oscars. And they was like, "No, because Tom Cruise gonna get that shit every year." So they was just like, "No, we're not doing that." But I think that's kind of cool because you see all the stuff that they go through behind the scenes. This isn't something that's for everybody. And a good stuntman, of course, is going to want to be used a lot. You know what I'm saying? So
I'd be curious to see how they would do that. Because Tom Cruise has a stuntman. These people have stunt. Like I think Brad Pitt. Oh shit! I just thought about something. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is just like this. Brad Pitt's character was Leo's stuntman. That was the whole thing, and it was just saying that bond, that how tight they were, within that. So damn, that's actually pretty dope. So it'd be dope to see if they did do that, because I'd be curious in how would they even determine like the stuntman in that situation? Like how would you pick?
Dangerous, creative, unique. But then I feel like the more extreme you go, the more dangerous it is for the person. And if somebody dies on set, do you just give them the award?
No, we're not doing no more. We're not doing no more Heath Ledgers. We should no.
He got. Thank
No,
you for saying that.
What the fuck?
I don't know why people get mad at me when I say that. Like I appreciate what he did, but come on, man.
He killed the role, but he shouldn't have got all the awards though.
Yeah,
he killed the role though. Like great Joker.
Y'all hate.
I think
nobody was better than him that year.
I think so. As far as top five, you got Denzel Washington and Malcolm X. You got Angela Bassett for Love Don't Cost a Thing. You got damn. I was trying to go through. I think Heath Ledger was a mistake. Personally, that's just personal. Personal. It's a few more. I think Halle Berry, like what she got the award for. I think she could have got something. I think she could have got something for something before that as well. I mean, I feel like Oscar does think Leonardo DiCaprio. That was the other one. I feel like what they have their picks. And that's it. Like Joaquin Phoenix, his was well deserved. Like that nigga there, he different. That's a different one. And I probably would challenge him and Leo as far as best actors.
No.
Why? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
You're putting Leo's catalog up against Joaquin Phoenix.
I would.
And you're gonna think it's a good match? Leo is killing him.
I misunderstood what you said, but yeah, no, definitely.
Nah.
Why?
That's absolutely not.
As far as range and acting, yes. I think Joaquin was what is it that
do I gotta pull up his stuff?
You have to pull up but what is it?
Okay, what's Joaquin top 3 movies?
Joaquin top 3 movies? Movies. Of course that Walk the Line.
Did you see that?
The Ladder, yeah.
All right.
Ladder 49, and then I would put Joker up there, but he has a lot more. But I would definitely put the Joker in there.
But you would put his top 3 against Leo top 3?
What's Leo top 3?
Or any 3, really?
What 3? What?
I could just name 3 Leo movies better than them. Revenant, like
Revenant.
Come on,
is that the Bear movie that he got the actual Oscar for? Nah,
that one. Hell, him and Django was insane. Like,
I agree.
That scene, come on, just the scene where he cuts his hand and rubs that blood on Kerry Washington's face. Like, come on, man.
Who's eating Gilbert Grape?
Jazz, get the fuck out of my face.
Just because it came out in the 90s?
You're not using.
Is that not in his catalog? That was a young Leo too.
I can't even go in like I want to because no, we're not playing that game, Jazz.
So it's got to stop at a certain year. Is that what we're doing?
I'm just saying about his entire catalog. That's
The Departed.
The Departed is my favorite. The Departed is my favorite.
Like Romeo and Juliet. Jason, no.
The Departed is my favorite. Man, I'm not. No,
Titanic though.
Whoop on Wall Street. There is no way. No, you are not putting
Jazz yet. Okay, bro, you are if we're being honest, them two niggas there probably are equally matched. If that's the one to go to, them two niggas are equally matched. Movie wise, acting wise, range. I think it's apples for apples in that.
I'm gonna throw in Matthew McConaughey.
I'm not putting him in for a Joaquin.
Nah, I wouldn't put him before Joaquin right now either.
Oh,
at no point. I don't think at no point I'm putting him in front of Joaquin.
I think Matthew McConaughey has better movies than Joaquin, but he's not a better actor than Joaquin.
I think he has. I think they're more well known. But I think if you sat down and watched it, Joaquin is gonna be just like I think Emily Blunt, similar to like Emily Blunt. Truthfully,
yeah. Speaking of Matthew McConaughey, though, I know you guys mentioned that Tom Ryder reminded you guys of Tom Cruise, of course, but he felt like a mashup of Tom Cruise and Matthew McConaughey to me. Like the way he talked, his mannerisms, but then just kind of how with the Tom Cruise kind of like ego and all that shit.
I can see that. I feel like it was one scene where it kind of reminded me of Matthew McConaughey.
The scene, the space cowboy scene where he's getting in the car, that you hear, I feel like you hear it real heavy where he's trying to.
What's that mud movie Matthew was in?
I think it's called Mud. I ain't never seen it though.
I did, man. I was just watching every fucking thing. I watched it. It's not memorable.
Was it a lot of mud in it?
He stayed in the swamp. He was in the wall. He was in New Orleans, so he sounded just like he was talking when he was talking like a space cowboy.
I feel like he always sweating a lot of his movies.
He do because he be in the swamp. The nigga always in the swamp. Every movie.
Yo, he gotta get out. Whoop on Wall Street.
His voice sound normal.
Whoop on Wall Street is probably the only movie that I remember off the top of my head where
Dallas Players Club.
I didn't see that, but I heard it was good.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah. There's some good. Them niggas can act. There's some acting white boys, man. Yeah. Shout out Will Smith though. Blockbuster. Real blockbuster. I know that was random. Just throw it
Nah,
out.
because Bad Boy's coming out.
Oh
Ain't
shit.
random at all.
Bad
Tomorrow's Juneteenth.
boys. What you gonna do?
For sure. But we have Colt going back to the hotel to order was it fruit salad? A fruit plate.
Yes.
And so, of course, he's drinking stuff at the club that's got him high as hell. So he don't know who he talking to. And then, of course, he bumps into Jody. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. She's like, I need your inspiration right now. He's just like, you look so amazing. She just eating all this up. Sis could not wait to double back. Jason, were you getting that double back energy?
I mean, I don't have a problem spinning the block. Other people have an issue with that. Niggas, people change, people mature. Some people say the same. I mean, but you won't know unless you give them a chance. And I'm all for second chances. Unless it's just unforgiving. Some shit is unforgiving, but I get it. I don't think his situation was really that. I don't think their situation was really that bad. Just a sit down would have fixed that.
So if she ghosts you for a year and pop back up, y'all
Sit
gonna go
down.
out?
If it's the one, if you feel like that's the one, man, you at least listen. No.
Would you label them the one if they ghosted you for a year?
The one that got away was the one that ghosted you.
Ooh, that's crazy. Let me ask y'all a question. Have y'all ever thought y'all ever been with somebody and then realized they wasn't the one? And how did that go for you?
Wait.
It's like,
Wait.
oh, yeah, no, we gotta end it now.
I'm
And
just saying.
it'd be the most random shit that be making you realize stuff. Like, you know what? I can't take this person's chewing. Come on.
What they do? Like, why would they think like that? Like, who
Like,
thinks like this?
just in the middle of just like in just realization, just hitting your body, just like, you know what?
You ain't the one no more.
So once that realization hits you, do you tell them immediately?
Yeah, give at least 3 more months to figure it out.
You know, I gotta play chess for that. Figure out the right way to do it. You gotta tell them as soon as you can, though. That's the rule.
Wait.
That's the law. That's law. But I'm just saying, in real life, my life, it don't work like that. I be trying to figure it out.
No, I gotta
It's like,
figure out how much stuff we got together. Like, gotta.
look when you because you could be doing something like, damn, this shit. Obviously, it's like, damn, maybe like, cause I be talking man, like,
Do
damn, how
we share common friends? Like, hold up, like, how is this gonna dislodge my life? Like, I need to.
Is it worth it?
Right. Let me just go take a nap and come back and think about this later.
Yeah.
I might be hungry right now. Let me go get a Snickers bar.
You're not yourself when you're hungry.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me just go eat something and think about this.
I get it. It's definitely thinking about what could happen if certain decisions are made. I feel that. But Cole gets his fruit plate. I don't know
Yeah,
why. And it turns out to be a body
bro.
in a room. But before he sees the body, while he's walking around this hotel room for 20 minutes on the phone, he gets a call from Jody. Jason, if you were Cole in this situation and Old Bay called you, are you picking up?
Yeah. Well, it also depends on what I'm doing at that moment. Like, I'm out and about, and somebody call, I'm gonna hit her back the next day, like Lawrence did Issa.
You on a mission, and she called.
I'm hitting her back tomorrow. Like, like what? Like Old Bay? Like, is it like their situation? Like, well, I don't. It depends. I guess it depends on where we at that point. You know what I mean? Like, does the mission require tact? Like, do I have to be like quiet on this mission?
I mean, you're in the same space as Colt.
Oh, just in the hotel? I might pick up. I'm by myself. I'm not with nobody or nothing. Yeah, I'll pick up.
Just you and the unicorn.
Yeah, I definitely pick up.
How did you feel about the visuals in this scene with the split screen and all of that? I see that you enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Like I said, I appreciate them being able to say things, call it out, and then make it happen as well. You don't see that too often in a movie. So I appreciate that entire scene, them doing the same exact thing, but doing different things at the same time. Yeah, that was super dope to me.
It's funny. The last time I seen something similar was American Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not gonna lie. Brandon, have you seen that?
Yes, but I'm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Juneteenth tomorrow. Wait, okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
But just that's what it reminded me of. And I was just like, okay, because I love seeing it there. And I was like, seeing it here, I was like, okay, some fun happening with the visuals and everything. And I love the shot. And it also reminded me of Insecure with Lawrence and Issa. You think they took their idea? Never
I
mind.
mean,
Definitely.
it's a possibility because it gave you, what they say, low key happy when there was, everything that was on the contrast the entire time on the date. So they had them behind or in front of different things behind them to show where they were at that moment. So it's very possible.
Mm.
Hey, man, shout out to Issa for improving the lighting game in TV shows.
Right.
Because I will say that lighting has been so much better since Insecure came out. Like if you really pay attention to how they do, especially with melanated actors.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Gotta show that skin.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was funny during this shot while she's trying on different costumes. Like she's over here talking to him about their relationship. I'm like, got the claw hand scratching her eyebrow. And obviously the conversation went well because she hung up, got inspired, and Colt finds a body. Colt does, I feel like, what anybody else would do, except for call Gail. Wouldn't have called Gail. He tries to tell the police. And I was gonna ask, was this like during the scene of like Gail trying to make sure he doesn't talk to the police? Was this a sign of her being suspicious? Jason found that out 30 minutes ago. So I want to ask him. But Brandon, were you suspicious of Gail at this point when she was just like, don't tell the police that you found a body?
Yeah, absolutely. At that point, that's when I'm like, okay, she acting kind of okay. That's kind of weird. Why would you not? You know what I mean? But yeah, I think leading up to this point, I was completely oblivious to her nefariousness, Lord. But yeah, definitely. I think when this scene happens, and then as he's talking to her at the in the trailer, that's when I start to suspect her the most.
Y'all got to it before me because I ain't really suspect her to the end.
Dang, you still didn't expect, bro, for somebody like that love Scream. How did you not?
I'm not gonna lie, Jason. When I was watching this, I
Jazz
felt
is
like I
enjoying
was
the
on
movie
a
too, but
roller coaster. I was like, "Oh my god, this is
and
so
that's
much fun!"
and I think that's where it catches you. But like because we've been doing this, like my mind is so different now. When I watch movies, like I automatically would be like, all right, so I'm not trying to guess the ending, but I'm like tell me the story, sell me where I'm following you, where this is no longer a thought in my head. And that's where I want to be with the movie. But that's why I said with them being strong actors in this movie like that, everything about their relationship sold me. So I was okay with the other part of it as long as the relationship was good because it was romantic. And that's the one thing that you kind of miss from those movies, like those rom-coms that have those, I get those type of moments because they're typically all the same exact type situation. I think Anyone But You was kind of unique, but yeah, most of them they are pretty much the same shit.
Is that the one that recently dropped this year?
With Glenn, it came out maybe at the end of last year, maybe very early at the top of this year, but with Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell, they bust over 100 million in a rom com, so that's actually pretty good to get there. Not an action, just a complete rom com.
Love.
Yeah.
Love is selling, I guess.
It don't though, which is weird, like which is kind of strange. But them two have done everything to get to the point of where it had to go that way.
Right. That's what's up. I heard positive things about it, but
I think you would like it. I think you would like it. It's funny.
I don't want to turn that shit on and I don't laugh. Then I'll be mad.
I just told you would laugh. I just told you.
You be in
I'll
that
be sitting there trying to keep
movie.
myself from laughing so you're not right. This ain't funny. That's hate. That's so hateful. But yeah, pretty like I didn't even connect Gail to anything suspicious. Of course, he tells the police the body is gone, and he's trying to think about going to tell Jody to stop the movie. Jody don't even let him get a word out. She's just like, I need you. You gave me the inspiration that I needed. Let's just finish this movie. And of course, I feel like at that point you see Colt's motivation develop because he was just like the importance of her directing this big time movie. It needs to be successful and needs to finish. And just her seeing how she was first I believe she was
she was a camera operator.
She was a camera operator a year ago, and now she's in a director seat. And so he's just seeing her potential, trying to support her, being a really loving guy. He can't even tell her like how he feels, but he got to that point. He had to be humbled a few times. But Brandon, with this scene of them having this major action shot, and of course they don't need Tom because they have his face digitally saved in their system.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about this scene and like all the action and stuff?
Just to make sure I'm tracking you right. You talking about the scene at the end in the desert, or the scene right after the split screen where he's on the tow truck?
The scene where they're doing all the aliens and explosions, and they're showing his face they're showing
when she talks him to come back. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I
Oh
went
no,
on a
you're
whole
fine.
little journey just then. But yeah, I like that scene. I like the way they kind of showed the way they show like on the screen what it would look like in the actual movie, and then how they pan down as it drops down, and it shows like what it practically looks like. I really enjoyed that scene. Yeah,
That was so cute.
Yeah,
You talking about
like
when they just on set like they and he doing it, and it's like it's just those little bitty details, like they watching the camera and he so super close on the back of her shoulder, looking over her shoulder, like them just like that's just real shit, like real, like you do, like you would do that, like let me see the phone. Look with your girl looking, or looking at the phone. They got all the things in here.
You think her husband was watching and was like, they fucking?
Man, fuck John Krasinski.
But they do have good on-screen chemistry. A lot better than old buddy from Oppenheimer, because he had her saying some fucked up shit.
They had good chemistry in that movie. It was different, but it was different. It wasn't. We weren't there for that chemistry. We was there for the complicated relationship that they had.
She wasn't envisioning Colt fucking somebody else like she was Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I told you, Emily and Florence. I said them two. They was the best two in the movie to me.
Yeah, all right. I'm not going to debate you. I kind of don't remember the movie.
Of course you don't.
It was long as shit. But Jody asks Colt to come to karaoke, being all shy and shit. It was cute.
Mm-hmm.
But Colt has to go on an adventure because he has to link up with Tom's assistant, Alma. Brandon, did you see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I did.
Okay. So Alma, of course, is the daughter. Sorry, that's anybody's Link of Thrones. How'd you feel about the scene with these two and where it ended up for Colt?
Oh man, that's my the tow truck scene. So the precursor, them meeting and then getting the dog and everything. I love their back and forth they had right there, which explaining the importance of the phone and everything, kind of just bring you up full speed and what's happening in the movie, and then jumps into the tow truck scene. That's my favorite scene in the whole movie. Like that whole thing, I'm like the angles where they're coming at, how they're sliding across the back and he's climbing up and he's using the dog, and I'm like, yo, that whole thing, I'm on the edge of my seat, like legit. Like even the second time I watched it, I'm still like I was still getting the same like heart pounding, like adrenaline running when I'm watching it. Love that scene. Uh,
Jay,
the way they kind of go back and forth with him speaking to the dog and then trying to talk to her or her singing at the karaoke. And I don't remember what song that was, but it was in my notes to look it up. But that song was like almost like the perfect kind of song for that scene, like leading up to it. And then the way you think, like it's like, oh, you think he just gets there, and then nope, she been gone, bro.
fake out.
Totally.
Fake
So
out you.
I love that whole scene.
Nah, I definitely loved it because I'm curious of what her first song was. Because after Gail told her, like, oh girl, he got on the plane, he out of here.
Yeah.
She just like, damn, he played me again.
Oh,
But he was just out here like, he was out here saving folks. He was being a daytime vigilante.
Did you, at this point, Jazz, did you think Gail was in on it?
I didn't even think about it. I really didn't. I wasn't even on
she was really enjoying this movie, bro.
like she done Gail and sent my man off.
I'm not even thinking about any of the story. I'm just sitting here like, well, we gotta figure it out. Like, who was in the tub? Listen, who's in on everything?
You was locked in.
I appreciate that's how movies supposed. That's what movies are supposed to. They're supposed to get you to a point of, I want to know what's gonna happen next because this shit is good. This shit is getting to me.
Listen, and he just kept falling through. Like he just kept falling through every scene. Like he was going through it. I felt it make you feel so bad for him. Like like you want him to win so bad. He just catching L after L after L.
And I feel like nobody with a regular body could even deal with the stuff that he was dealing with and do all the stuff he was doing. So it kind of made you think like, damn, if there were 3 jobs or 3 careers where people would turn into vigilantes or heroes of the night, what 3 jobs do y'all classify as people that's closer to switching to that lifestyle? I'm gonna go to you first, Jason, because Batman is your hero.
Yeah, definitely a philanthropist. Maybe like a night doctor, you know what I mean? Cause they be seeing like wild shit. They're like, nah, we not allowing. I'm not allowing no more women or kids to come in here, you know, touch the bruised. I'm whooping ass. Like I can see that, like a nigga just like turning up real quick, and maybe a school teacher. Like I can see a school teacher becoming a vigilante and whooping parents, you know, like why you letting your kid come to school like this?
You went a way different direction than I thought you was gonna go.
Oh my God, I love that. I was not expecting that.
Have y'all ever seen The Substitute?
That sounds very familiar. Yeah. I think so.
That's a class. Well, I keep throwing it out there. It was a very good movie I watched, and it was kind of like let's say if we did Lean on Me, but Joe was killing kids in the school because they was selling drugs. Like what if that was the story?
But Jason, it reminds me of a mixed version of Dangerous Minds and 10187.
Boom. That's exactly what it was.
But it was a white guy.
Yeah, but it was a white, yeah, of course. That's exactly what it's like.
I feel like they made so many of those. It was like 3. I'm like, have you not lost your job yet? Are they passing? Are they test scores great? Or are you just beating their ass? Like,
it's a lot of movies like that. Like, this nigga ain't got fired. How you get a second? Like, how you still doing this job? Even Chris Tucker got fired in Rush Hour. Like, he got demoted. Like, it's supposed to happen.
How y'all still doing this?
Next school year, he's still here. Like, wait, what? There were like 20 kids that got gone last year because of him. And not in that way. But Brandon, do you know your 3 professions?
Oh shit, man. I went with some rudimentary shit now. Like hold up. So I went with firefighters, you know what I mean? A shout out to our character Prime. Deep sea divers. and astronauts. I feel like to me that like they had one astronaut. I wanted astronauts because they got so many skill sets they have to learn, right? The physical condition, the know how to fly a plane or some kind of space shuttle. Got to know how to do some computer tech type stuff. Like I could see them in the back of their little van somewhere, like with all their little space technology they done stole off an aircraft, using it to beat people up in alleyways. Sound like some shit an astronaut would do. That's what I would do if I was an astronaut anyway.
What you got,
I'm beating
Jazz?
everybody ass down there on the island.
I feel like y'all's are so much better than mine. I just went with some regular shit.
We're not competing. We're just talking.
I said an ex-Marine.
Mm-hmm.
I said a cop, but he be doing the opposite.
Bang bang.
And it looks like I had another one, but it seemed like it got erased. So, damn, maybe somebody that does like nonprofit and
A nigga at Goodwill.
but check this
Them
out.
niggas are disgruntled. He been
That's
shaking that damn bell all summer or all winter trying to get them quarters. Don't nobody care about these kids no more.
But the thing is, like, they work for a nonprofit, but they steal from the rich and give to the poor.
Okay, Robin Hood.
I like it. Cause I'm thinking now you talking about occupation shit. I just watched Beekeeper. This nigga was keeping bees and he was a fucking secret agent out here.
Yeah.
Huh.
Only Jason Statham to do that. It
make it look. Yeah, it make it. I'm like, bro, what?
He was also a mechanic.
Do you be watching these movies? I'd be like, bro, hold on. What if these niggas be like that for real? Like I be really looking at people in the world like, bro, what if that man just like out of nowhere just start whooping ass? Like,
listen, man. Every time I go to restaurants and I see like old Italian people, I just imagine down because I'm in Florida, so I'm like, they done came down from New York. They used to be in the mob. They done shot a few people.
They on the
so
run.
I make a whole backstory for them. Shout out to Charlie over at Charlie's Wings and Pizza. He's definitely a hitman.
But I do have a question for you, Jason.
Oh no.
This chase scene, which is better? This scene or the scene from Fast X when they was chasing that bomb?
Chasing the bomb. Talking about when it was rolling down the.
Yep. When Letty didn't get hit and nobody got hurt.
I like this. I liked this one a little bit better.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, because I didn't love it. I'm gonna be real. I didn't love it. Like when because you talking about when he was like on the back of you said he was chasing Alma on the truck, right?
Mm-hmm.
He jumped inside the I didn't love that scene personally. It was a few scenes that were kind of clunky to me. I didn't really care for, but yeah, that was one of them I didn't really care about.
Is there any that we already discussed?
Nah, it's the last one. When the stunt man jumped in, and he pulled a Captain America versus Iron Man. Did you catch that? When they were holding the door, and they was like they was standing there like at a stalemate. That was Captain America versus Iron Man in Civil War moment.
I didn't even notice that till you said it. Now I can see it.
I like when they was in the house and they was fighting. When they found the video and he shot I think that was the best scene. Besides the club.
And they fighting with all the props and stuff.
Yeah, he was like, I got the last of Mohicans because I just remember watching that movie in school. So like every time somebody mentioned, I'm like, shit, obviously that's a classic for real. Like people love that goddamn movie. He said, is this rubber? Fuck.
I thought it was wow, the fact of like obviously they were able to escape the guys in the truck and Colt needed to get into that phone, which is of course why they got to Tom's house. Dan is just like, let me go ahead and pop open this champagne.
I get it. I would have too.
Nah, I would have too. If I'm searching somebody's house and ain't nobody there, I'm gonna go in the refrigerator. I get it.
Might make a sandwich.
Listen, now you sound like that reminded me of my homeboy made a sandwich at Craig and Day house. Yo, I'll be too scared to make a sandwich.
Look, man, you done broke so many. You might as well be. You ain't no point of being hungry and break the law.
But hold on, imagine like you got the bread out, right? And you toasted it. You putting your mustard on there. You gotta toast it. If you stealing somebody's bread and shit, you gotta toast the bread. And imagine you get all the way to the lettuce, but you ain't put it together and you ain't added the bacon yet, and somebody come home.
Imagine
you gonna...
I'm like, can you just give me 1 second? Let me get this last piece of.
You want?
Imagine coming home and seeing a motherfucker making a sandwich in your house. Like how crazy
I'd be
is
so
it
pissed off. I might be madder than if they were stealing some regular stuff.
Bitches, you making a big ass sandwich?
Big ass sandwich. I didn't even know I had all these condiments.
I'm gonna let you eat that. We finna have a conversation soon.
We got to square up after this. Make me one.
That's wild. But we see the video software pop back up because we see the news report. Or no, this is when we watch the video on the cell phone and we come to find out that Tom accidentally killed his other stuntman. And he was just like, who does his own stunts? Who does his own stunts? I'm not gonna lie, Tom was wild because Tom got mad at dude and decided to kick him just because he asked, like, do you do your own stunts? And we come to find out, or not yet, but later we come to find out Colt's injury was due to Tom, which is really fucked up.
Yeah.
But we pretty much see the plot twist and everything as to what actually happened and who body was in the hub. And so news report, they got Cole over here. He's the guy on the video leaving out the room. And so we got guys coming to the house, shooting it up. And of course, that's when we have that gun scene. And Dan gets away with the dog. Colt jumps. He gets knocked out on the yacht. And we see Tom. Jason, what'd you think about this yacht scene of Tom looking like a James Bond villain?
Yeah, like just imagine like the worst thing in your life, like going on, people trying to kill you, you escape and you just run into a new problem. Like you injured, you hurt, you can't move. It's just like, bro, what the fuck? So I don't. So I enjoyed this scene. I think what was that? I was trying to figure out how he would have escaped, and like they kind of let him, which it made sense, you know, him putting the oil, not the oil, but the gas in his mouth and spitting it back. Like that was, I was like, did he just drink gas?
I did. I said the same thing.
I said, well, that would have been a twist, letting him die. Like that would have been a twist. Like that would have been like, what the fuck?
The movie would have been over.
No, I think Emily could have solved the crime. I think that would have been a nice way for it to go, like her solving the issue.
But
do you think?
Though?
I mean, she did, but I mean, without him.
Do you think she would have been able to try to solve it, learning that he died?
I think she would have been more subject more to do it, because just based on how much she knew of him, I mean, certain things I think she would have picked up on. Like, you know, if I am subject to believe women, I think women have women's intuition is something that she could have been able to figure this out with, right?
This is true, but I don't think she would have tried to solve it the next day. The fling of her life just died. She probably would have been crying a lot and not trying to think, was this murder?
I don't know, man. She was like, not for nothing, she was a rock. She didn't think he was the one that murdered her. When she first saw it on the news, she immediately didn't believe that shit.
She was in there just playing it over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, sis, what you doing? And I thought she was trying, but we come to find out she was looking at the pattern because that's what he did in Miami Vice.
Mm-hmm.
She know her man and his stunts. Y'all will catch it on the rewatch.
Mm-hmm.
But Colt calls Jody, expressing himself and everything. Brandon, do you think this was the right time to start having this conversation? while he's trying to escape people trying to kill him?
I mean, yeah. I mean, you don't know if you're going to even be alive after this to have to be able to discuss it, right? And I think with him just finding out what he just found out from Tom Ryder, that his accident wasn't an accident, that just charged him back up because he wasn't doubting himself no more. So he had to go ahead, and it gave him that little boost of confidence to go be emotionally vulnerable with his lady for a second. So I think that was the perfect time to go do it because I'm like, I might not even see you after this. So I got to tell you how I feel right now.
So you
And
want her to
don't
hear
do
you
that
get
shit on the
shot?
movies. Mm-hmm.
That's
Just hiding.
that's what you're gonna do? You gonna
I
let
mean,
her hear you get shot?
I mean, if I could drive a boat backwards, I mean, and I think I could figure out how to not get shot for a second.
Okay.
Just
Jason, you making it? Jason, you making that call?
Yeah, why does that keep happening? But yes, I am. For sure. Reaching out to the girl, the woman I love, like, cause I might not make it. Yeah, I'm making the call. I'm like, hey, I want to put I want what they say, I want to put a little bug in your ear.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all niggas don't get on that boat and drive the hell on and call that bitch later, I'm like, what are you doing? You can
I might not make it later. That's why I if he would have died, I think the movie it would have made this it would have took it to another level because they kept playing because we keep talking about plot armor, and he had a lot of plot armor. He was a stunt man, cool, but stunt men die. We see it all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
We do. I don't
Oh, shit.
RIP. Yeah, fortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, it happens. Like,
yeah.
but I think if he would have died, it would have done. But I mean, I get it. It was supposed to be a romance movie, so him dying kind of kills that part, and we never really get to see it. But if they really were trying to sell this motherfucker, kill that nigga.
Dead.
That's how y'all would
You more cold blooded than Gail, man. Good gracious. He said, I got to get him out of here.
Yeah, I'm all for the what the I need the what the fuck moment. That's what makes a movie that'll take a 8 to a 9. Like it'll push it. It can damn near make a movie perfect in my eyes. That
So
what the
did you
fuck
think
moment.
the twist when he finds out that Ryder pressed the button and made him fall? Like you don't think that was a twist?
Not no.
You had
Cause
already get it.
so you know what? Let me take that back. So now that was because so for me, I remember I missed that part. So I couldn't even I wouldn't even that wouldn't even been a thing for me. But I can see how that would have been like just finding out that he's the one the reason that you fail. I just thought he failed. So
You remember when he said Ryder sent him a text with the prayer hands and that's it? Yo, he was such a scumbag.
but him being in that boat after all that, like getting shot at and shit, I'm like, this nigga, he did it. Whatever issues we have in this movie,
it's because of him.
This nigga here.
The whole menace to society out here.
Yeah.
He was just standing there like shirt, chest all out. I was like, what is going on?
He was so casual with that shit too. Like he was just real casual with like how he was just ruining everybody's lives and shit. Like I was like, yo, this thing he was making me mad in the movie.
He was not even upset that he killed his other stunt guy.
This nigga was mad he was inconvenienced. That shit say a lot about his personality.
Yeah, he was crazy. I definitely want to touch on it, like, because you briefly mentioned it, Jason, but like the comedic element. Do you feel like this movie had a nice amount of it to where it balanced everything out?
It did. Like I don't think I can't recall like a gut busting moment. Like I don't recall that, but I think it was just like a good movie and it had the comedy was balanced well based on what it was.
Okay, Brandon, what you think?
Honestly, I think it was good. I like the balance of the comedy and the action of it. I mean, but then I think this movie had like we've talked about how it was a rom-com a couple of different times, but I think it has a really good balance of action and everything. I enjoyed the comedy aspects, especially like again in that scene where it's just like he's saying all of this bad stuff so casually, and then Colt's kind of like ad-libbing almost kind of with him. Like you can tell that they were close, like watching the whole scene. So I really enjoyed how that kind of played out.
Yeah, and I love the fact that when we see Jody's character watching the video, Colt dressed up in an alien costume.
Mm-hmm.
Why did she snap on the alien? Did she not think?
Shit. Because
But when you think it was somebody that was on set, like trying to play a prank on you, because like sis went crazy.
bro, you literally just said you just watched the love of your life die, and now people want to joke with you. No, it ain't
But
no
hold on.
joke. It's gonna
But
get serious.
she didn't know the details of it though, because at that point,
She knew. I think she knew enough because he had called her.
But I thought he was just expressing his love for her.
Okay,
He didn't
so
say anything about the situation.
he didn't. He called her.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he got off the phone, he supposedly died. Gail called her. So that's all. They're like everything was like Gail was a problem. Like everything about Gail was a problem. So then she keep hearing all the lies that Gail keep telling her, and she's like, "That's not him. He literally shushed a roach out of my house, and I was just like killing." He was like, "No, we got to keep it. We got to preserve it." Like it was it. I couldn't see that. So like I can see her also feel like somebody was coming after her, or like something would have happened to her in that situation as well. So I get why she was on there, but they had to bring that back up because she told him early in the movie that she did all that when he went away. She learned how to do it, and it was almost 2 years. It was not just a year. I think it was gone for almost 2 years. That's crazy.
Oh, I thought it was a year.
Oh
It
yeah.
was
Even
18 months.
I mean, did we talk about how the fact that she basically, when after this happened, went and wrote a whole movie that was basically like a space opera power ballad of their love life, and then got her first directorial job after that. Like, yeah, shout out to Jody for like bouncing back out here. Good gracious.
But I guess you can say shout out to Colt for hurting her, for allowing her the power and fuel to make this masterpiece.
Mm.
You want me to
back and made to make it.
No, finish your statement. Finish your statement.
He came back and made it happen for her. At the end, was he gave it a fuel to make the movie, to write the movie, and then he came back and saved the movie. At the very end.
That's full circle.
When I was watching, did y'all pause the movie as it came on? Like when they were doing the the cast list
credits. No,
yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, it was kind of telling the movie. But if you in the movie theater, they was flashing them so quick you wouldn't have been able to read that. But I was pausing it at the house as I was watching my digital copy, and I was reading the words. I was like, oh shit, they was giving the whole movie away on the cool.
Really? You remember what it was saying?
I mean, it was saying he's not the hero of this movie. But then it was saying how the girl the girl from Everything Everywhere All at Once, how she'll be in a car chase that almost kills Ryan at some point in the movie. It was just going through what they'll be doing in the movie. Then I also didn't know this was a remake. So this isn't an original idea, but they did take an idea and expand on it.
Damn, I didn't know that, because I remember like going to the movies and seeing, of course, different trailers. Everything was either a prequel, a sequel, or a remake, except for this trailer. And I'm like, okay, we finally got something unique coming.
Yeah.
Damn, Jason.
It's still unique. I mean, just based on the idea, but at the end there's a post credit. You seen that, right?
I don't think so.
There's a post credit at the end. And the guy that arrests Gail but that's the original. There was a TV show back in the 80s, early 80s. It was like 5 seasons, but yeah, it's based on a TV show.
I didn't catch the reference. Like I saw that, but I didn't understand it.
I didn't either. I was talking to my homeboy. He was like, "Yeah," he said, and the crazy thing, this is a remake. I said, "A remake? A remake from what?" There's a movie, and I was a TV show, and I looked it up, and I'd seen it, but that's where that guy came from. You know what? Fucking motherfucker. Sick of this. You know what else I watched that was surprisingly good? Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
The original or the remake?
The remake. I said, you know what else was remade that was surprisingly good?
I'm sorry. You did.
And it's completely different. Like, I mean, I appreciated that for what it was, and it was black as hell too. But it was a good black. I mean, it's not a bad black. Yes, it is. Let me stop playing. That's such things
Tomorrow.
bad, but
Nah, it's not. Nah, yeah, it is some terrible black out there. So it was like when Transformers sprinkled its blackness. Is that what that movie did, Jason?
That was terrible, Transformers.
damn, you didn't like that?
The blackness in Transformers?
We talking
Oh,
about the we
I
talking
didn't
about
like
the.
I didn't like Transformers, the movie at all, but definitely didn't like the first movie or the second movie where them two twin little
So she not talking about that. Well, she talking
okay.
about the last movie where it has Dominique Fishback and
Oh.
what's my guy name?
Anthony.
Anthony Ramos with them
By
leading the
then I had
movie.
already given up on
You checked
Transformers.
out. I think you check back in. You don't need no prior knowledge to watch that at all.
Jimmy, y'all trying to give me a whole bunch of homework after this.
I'm sorry. But yeah, I watched it. Don't tell mom the babysitter dead. But yeah, that was actually I was surprised. Then of course it's black led by the girl that in Bel Air. So I mean I was gonna watch it regardless. But yeah, I was it's on BET Plus, so you can just pull it up. Like hour 30. Real it was funny too. Like
Okay. Did you see the original?
yeah, I don't remember it though. I know a lot of people love that movie though. Like they revere it.
Some could call it a classic.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. I got my girl
I mean,
Christina
I mean,
Applegate in it.
it's that cult classic, like Breakfast said, was it Lord, Breakfast said
Breakfast Club.
yes, there you go. Breakfast Club.
They was talking about trying to do that, but like black kids, and he was like, "Leave it alone, y'all."
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to remake stuff, but so obviously the alien is Colt, and he pretty much updates Jody on everything, and Gail is knocking at the door. He's like, "She's in on it too." So they come up with a plan to try to get Tom to confess. And I thought it was dope that they was just like, okay, let's do it during the movie. Have him do his own stunts because now he popped back up because Colt took his murder charge. He's like, all right, I'm coming back to work, y'all, which is suspicious as hell, but it is what it is. Brandon, what did you think about this plan that they had to get Tom to confess?
Well, I thought it was a kind of outside the box plan considering the circumstances, but I'm like to set it up to where he's bearing his own wire. I mean, I think that's kind of genius. Like, but they did foreshadow it. They did a really good job of foreshadowing when they had the scene where she's watching him on the playback and she's like, "Oh, he always forgets he hot mics or whatever." So I think they did a good job kind of leading into it, but the concept of how they did it, I would have never kind of thought of it. I think that's very unique to whatever they did in this, what they do in the movie. So I think that's an opportunity when they show a lot of the stunt men and come out, and some of that was kind of a little hokey at the end, but I think it worked. I think it all worked out really well.
Okay. Jason, what do you think about this scene?
Of them trying to frame him.
Yes.
I didn't
Wait.
like it.
Framing is if he did it.
I mean, it is. Brandon, why you here? Let me ask you something, my brother. Because
I got answers sometimes.
I need a real one to answer this, man. So, do you know what dirty macking is?
That's yes, I think so.
What is your definition? I just want to make sure we're on the same before I can ask the real question.
Dirty macking, like old school, like
dirty mac. What
the old school heads, what they used to do with the coming in there with their little either with their money or their Viagra's or whatever they got to kind of hey, come here, let me talk to you for a second. That type of shit.
So I consider that just macking.
Oh, that's regular macking.
That's just macking.
Okay.
Dirty macking is let's just say me, I'm out. I'm out with my homeboy. I've been messing with talking to this girl. Woo woo. I walk off. And he in her ear. Jason Jason got like you feeling him? Like he be talking to girls at work and shit. Like what's up? Like that's what I think dirty macking was.
Okay.
But my question was is it still dirty macking if it's a lie?
That's just hate, man.
It is, but I still think it's dirty making. Because for you to the reason I say that is you trying to put doubt in somebody I'm with or I deal with, like that's low. Because like even if she if she doesn't receive it, whether she receives it or not, it's still it's hate off top
Right.
because it's hater shit anyway. But yeah, I consider that dirty making. I had a conversation. We had a conversation on one of our episodes recently, and I just been asking ever since then to see what people think about it, and everybody has agreed with me, for the
When
most
you
part.
lay it out like that, that's definitely dirty macking. The way you laid it out, and by definition, how you put it in there, I agree.
Yeah. Um.
Who dirty macking though?
Who? We was watching. We were talking about challengers. And we were saying how two guys wanted this girl, and the one guy he was well they were both they both played the game,
Yeah.
but one guy initially was like, oh, he got a girlfriend, like
Oh, that's
he
the
can
tennis movie with our girl on it.
was in there. If you haven't
Yeah.
seen it, like if you're into if you're into the toxicity of a triangle relationship, I think you should peep that.
When I watched the trailer of that, it immediately made me think of that spy movie with Chris Pine and Tom Hardy, I think it is, where they trying to chase after Reese Witherspoon, a regular at looking ass. And
Hold on now. Hold on. That's legally that's L Woods there. I'm not
I
gonna let
mean,
you just I'm not gonna
she
let you do
extra
that.
regular looking in the face though. I mean, I'm not saying that like, I'm just saying like she can act. She got some good movies, it's fun, but I mean, I ain't if I saw her walking up the street in out here, I wouldn't stop and look again.
I mean, she
That's all I'm
white.
saying.
I ain't giving a white woman no second look no way.
I mean,
Like if
I'm only like Anne Hathaway might get a second look from me. I'd
she
like
ain't
to
got
see
no
it.
ass though. So that's the second look only gonna come
Fellas,
with the ass. My bad,
fellas,
Jazz. Back to you, Jazz.
fellas.
But
Y'all know
yeah,
what?
like I'm the third act of this movie, it kind of fell apart for me personally. That's what's gonna keep it from getting a perfect score, in my opinion. So like the third act, everything from everything from when that nigga blew up allegedly. After that, I was just like, what the fuck is this?
Do you think at this point they was trying to just throw something together?
They said that in the movie. They literally said that in the movie. Like they were just gonna put some shit together. It's like they just went like, fuck it, let's just go all in. Avengers at the end, baby. Let's go Avengers at the end.
So I guess
They really foreshadowed actually not having the third act together in the first act, or
That's what I'm saying. They
like,
was
yeah.
they called it out. They knew it was going to be that way. It was just like, fuck it, let's just go all out.
so with that, it seems like them telling the story of what they were going to do, they did it in this actual movie.
Mm-hmm.
To where it's just like, okay, y'all turn art into a reality because you know what kind of experience we gonna have with you rushing that last that third act. And I think that's kind of funny when you have movies that do that, because it kind of tells the audience what they're going to do, like they're speaking to us, and then of course they show us what they were foreshadowing, I guess, in a way. Because I feel like American Fiction kind of did a similar thing. But how did you like how this ended, Brandon?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I like the movie. I like the way the movie ended. I was happy with it. I like the way they ended the movie and then even ended it further with the trailer for the movie they was making. Like, I enjoyed the whole movie. I don't think it was the best movie I've ever seen, but I enjoyed myself through the whole movie, and that's really all that matters for me. Once I go buy the ticket,
I like he kept playing with the is it Momoa when he wrote it on the refrigerator. So it was dope that Jason Momoa came up in the end and replaced him in the movie.
I thought that was a dope cameo.
Yeah.
Because that's something they didn't mention, because they always try to say, oh, this person's in this movie. And it kind of takes away from the surprise. I'm like, you don't have to tell me everything that's going to be in the movie.
Mm-hmm. I also like when they were in the house fighting with M'Baku was like calling out movies and like iconic action scenes or action moves that they had did. I was like, ah, shit, that's dope.
Yeah. I was trying to think about all the movies that were mentioned in this. Tom Cruise was mentioned a few times.
I told you this shit was like Scream, just a lot of movie references, just left and right, Easter eggs
pictures, like just different things that you can see.
Yeah, I won't even challenge you on that because I can see the similarities. So that's actually dope.
Anytime a movie gets real nerdy when it comes to stuff like that, you really be into it. So I figured you would like this. I think the last one was that Totally Killer. I think that was the last one like this.
That was my shit. I gotta watch that again. I had such a great time with that movie. Like slashers, time travel. Yes, give me more. I saw a lot of people didn't like it. I'm sorry, I was a fucking nerd. I said, so we got people. Brandon highly recommended. Yeah, we gave you a lot of movies to watch. I think you're at like 7 or 8.
You ain't gotta watch none of them. You ain't gotta watch none of them. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
I'm gonna act like I watched them until that when I come back, I can be like, I've seen the trailer.
Not the trailer.
I'm gonna watch some of them. I think my list is like 3 deep right now because we got Ladder 49. You gave me that one.
For sure. Watch this, motherfucker.
I gotta go watch the new the Babysitter movie. Cause I didn't watch that.
Yeah. It's like I said, if you watch it, I mean, if you're into the original, that's cool. But I really enjoyed it, man. I like that actress anyway. Like I really like her in Bel Air, so that's why But then seeing a black family like that, I'm anytime you have like a black family like and stuff like that, I'm gonna watch it. Like 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna watch it.
Is it Coco Jones?
It's Ashley. No, not Ashley. It's the one that it's Jackie. No, not Jackie. Jackie was the new girl in season 2. It's the one. It's the character that Nia Long plays in the original show. Lisa. That's it. It's Lisa. His girlfriend. She's the lead. And
she is a good actress.
And Miss Pat is her mama. So it was like she looked just like her. I was like, God damn, they look alike.
I'll have to check it out, but it's not gonna move to the top.
I think you get triggered a little bit, but it's real dope.
Never mind, I ain't watching that. I don't need nothing that's gonna have me triggered. But Jason, looking at the movie trailer at the end of this, would you go see this movie?
Hell yeah, I go see it. Yeah, I would. I'm into that spot sci-fi, into sci-fi movies. So yeah, I'm definitely. It made me think of a California Love video.
But you don't like stuff with sand.
I don't. I fucking don't. It's weird. It's weird. When you see a movie with sand, I instantly get turned off. I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna go watch this.
So you ain't like Doom?
I ain't watched that shit.
Seen it. Jason, like that movie look dry.
That was good.
But now he likes movies that have flashbacks. So maybe at the end of the year.
I have an issue with flashbacks. If they're utilized properly, I'm with it. But some niggas just be throwing flashbacks just for the sake of saying I put a flashback right there, and it's like, nah, we're not riding with that.
No, that's true. That's true.
You'd be like, wait, are we still in the flashback scene? Or are we back to the present day?
Man,
that was the worst one. But they don't put the little the words on the screen to let you know where you at.
Bro, just moving you around the movie, like you got to figure it out. Right. But okay, so we talk about that though, Jazz. Them the scary was that's a flashback. And I think it was utilized properly where you don't even know it's happening until you know it's happening.
You talking about in this movie?
Them the scare.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the memories, which was flashbacks in this movie.
No, I like the flashbacks in this movie because it made sense. Like you sitting there singing, music going. They have a lot of the music. I think the musical montages in the movie was perfect as well.
Yeah, the soundtrack on this movie was fire.
Yeah, I don't know the black music on there, but it was dope.
It wasn't none, but it was dope.
Nah, I wouldn't call the ones in this flashbacks. I would just call them memories. More than anything, because it didn't seem like it was trying to tell too much of a story. It just gave like a montage memory.
Yeah.
But yeah, so was there any scenes that y'all wanted to mention or discuss?
We talked about the scene I wanted to talk about. That was much, so I'm good.
He said, "You got my shit. I'm straight. You can share my scene."
I don't think so. No, I really enjoyed this. Which of course we're gonna answer the question here shortly anyway, but
We are. I did want to ask y'all, did you have a favorite stunt from this movie? Or like a scene where Colt was doing like different stunts, or even when he was on his entire adventure trying to escape bad guys? Brandon, do you have one?
Well, I mean, yeah, I still like the tow truck scene, like, and how they kind of maneuver their way through that. I think it was very well shot. That was my favorite little action sequence when he was sliding, especially when he was sliding kind of, it reminded me of Kid Cow Clicker from Tailspin. And I think that's why I liked it. So yeah, I like that. That was probably my favorite sequence.
Okay. What about you, Jason?
I think it's when he stopped his car. He put the mouthpiece in and he jumped in front. I'm like, bro, it's not that goddamn serious, dog. But clearly it worked.
Hey, he ain't lose no teeth.
Man,
I'm gonna say
I ain't doing that though.
they should have, like, when he at the end when he put the mouthpiece in, the other one, Ryder, he should have lost a tooth. He should have lost some teeth or something when they did that last stunt. He put that in. That would have been a dope way to show what happens
Because
when
he
you're
even
not safe.
asked where his mouthpiece is.
Yeah. I thought it was funny when he was trying to talk to the drug dealer with the mouth guard in, and the drug dealer's like, I can't understand nothing you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's still trying to explain, but he was also high too. So, well, that is the end of our movie. We get to our next segment as to why we are here. Brandon, was it good though?
Yeah, it was good. I say it was good, definitely. I
Okay.
would definitely recommend.
Jason, was it good though?
It was. It was. I definitely. I think I go like an 8 out of 10 in my opinion.
Okay. That's a good rating. Jazz, was it good though? Yes. Yes, it was. I definitely enjoyed it. I do have some. What do you think those? I gotta fix that because it's like really. It seemed like I have like a I don't know, a list when I say it. Do it sound like I got a list when I say no?
What you
Okay.
think though?
What'd you think though? Does it sound like, or do I sound country? Because I'm trying to let people think that I'm from New York. Oh, okay, fit.
Yeah, talk a lot fast if you think you're from New York.
Nah, I'm a chill. Dion Coleman from IG, he said, thought this was a fun movie, understood what it was supposed to be, a fun ride that paid homage to the real stars, stunt people. Gosling and Blunt were perfect together, and movie's final act was great with the action and comedy. Makes you wish they would make a sequel, but due to the box office gross, it hardly seems likely, which we talked about at the beginning of this. Is very unfortunate. I feel like it's gonna be one of those movies to where people are gonna wait till it's on streams and they be like, damn, I wish I would have saw that in theaters. So seeing that a lot would have a lot unique movies, because it's like we kind of complain that we're getting all these sequels, requels, and remakes, but then you have unique projects that go to theaters and nobody supports them.
Yeah, niggas just don't like the movies no more, man.
Maybe if they bring the price down back to like $6.50, should be packed.
Hey, you remember you could go to the movies for $20 with a date?
Nah, I ain't. No.
Oh, I
No,
hit me with it back in my day. Oh, it's just me.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was definitely back in my day. I ain't never went to the movie for $20.
What? Oh, listen, man, I'm from a small town. Then let me just go ahead and sit in the corner.
I remember we used to have the dollar movie though. I used to like going to them after school. I used to like going up in there, pop a dollar and go see every damn thing.
I'm 29, so I don't know what my back in the day is compared to y'all's back in the day. Yes. Our Link of Thrones.
Niggas gonna lie, boy. I tell you.
I had to keep the same energy. Brandon, do you have your Link of Thrones?
I do. I actually, so obviously I love I'm sorry. My girl Hannah Waddington, but I actually picked Aaron Taylor Johnson. I went with one of the top guys. I like Aaron Taylor Johnson. I think he's been killing it in Tenet. He's been to me his last few movies, Tenet, Bullet Train, even going all the way back to Avengers. He's been kind of on a roll since the first movie I remember him being in was Kick Ass, and then like to see where he's at now to where he's going, and then he's coming out in Craven, the Hunter. I'm not excited for Craven the Hunter, but I'm excited to see what he does with Craven the Hunter.
Yeah, I know a lot of people was excited for see I like when we think about Sony and what they're trying to do with these Marvel movies, and I think about Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think about it's not Tom Hardy isn't Venom. Who is Venom?
He is.
That's
Tom
this
Hardy.
that is okay, Tom Hardy, then
Yeah.
you got Jared Leto and whatever the fuck that movie
Mobius.
was. Aaron Taylor Johnson is the one I have the most excitement for. Like I feel like it's hard. It's disrespectful to say, but I do feel like he has a better range. Even though I think Jared was supposed to be that person. I think Aaron has better range, and I feel like, as what you said, his projects he's been doing, even when he was in The Gentleman. No, not The Gentleman, but The Knights. What?
Oh, damn, the movie you're talking about.
I mean, you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about, though, right? The him and damn.
Who is it?
Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's in it, but like he's not like a main character. But I don't think the movie did well. That's another one of the movies where it's a great movie. Like, and I talk about like I say it all the time, Joe. When I say a movie that has a twist that'll fuck you up, you be like, wait, what just happened? Because the trailer was giving me something else, and this movie was something completely different. Go back and change
talking about
it.
Savages, right?
Not Savages, nah. It's the something.
He was in The Kingsman.
The Kingsman, that's it. The Kingsman is what it's called, though.
Kingsman, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Because it's like a prequel to show how that got set up. And I didn't even know he was in the movie. Like I'm watching, I'm like, what the fuck he come from? But I think that
movies he just pop up in.
And I think he was gonna carry it after that, but like the movie didn't do well in the box office because it came out in the height of COVID. So that was gone. But man, they talking about a good movie, man.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta check those movies out. I've heard like
the first one with Taggart, whatever the nigga name is.
Isn't Samuel L. Jackson in the first one?
In the first one, yeah.
Yeah, the first one is really good, yes, because Samuel L. Jackson's the villain in the first one.
I like the second one too, though. What is it Susan Sarandon? Is the villain?
The third one? Okay, they do the third one. That's where they go. They do the prequel, the third one, right?
The prequel is the third one, but the third one is getting made. They're making a third movie. I mean, they made enough money off the first one to get to finance the trilogy. Now I
like the first one and I like the third one. I like the second one too, but it's not as much as the first. I'll just say that.
I get it. It was too many. You got too many characters they introduced, and for some reason they gonna get Halle Berry for every sequel.
Everything.
I like Halle Berry, but
everybody need a reason to look at Halle Berry, but I mean, it didn't make sense. Fully.
Let that black woman work. Jason, who was your Link of Thrones?
My Link of Thrones is Teresa Palmer. She was in I Am Number 4, another movie that got killed before they got another one.
That book series is amazing.
But the actor in that movie, I think he was trash. He ain't did shit since. Well, he was in Magic Mike, but after that, I think he was hard to work with.
Yeah, he was.
Wait, who? You say he was in Magic Mike?
Yeah.
Who was he in Magic Mike?
He was the new kid. So when they did Magic Mike 2, they did number 2. He didn't fuck with him. He didn't bring him back.
I get it.
I see he was actually in that movie, the new movie. I haven't seen it yet, but the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
Yeah, he ain't nothing.
Not even on the cover on this. So here, is he really in it?
It's picture missing. I am going to go with Ryan Gosling. And I am going to pick the movie where he was with my other glass of milk, the Gray Man.
Man,
That's a great movie.
hey man, that nigga
But-
Chris Evans is an actor, bro. Whenever he play, every time he play a dick, I'm like, okay, this nigga can. I'm like, I thought he was just be a nice guy all the time. He playing a dick, I'm like, all right, he cooking.
Yeah.
That little fight scene at the end they got, I said, man, there's some shit there.
They didn't talk about that movie enough, I feel. That movie just kind of came and went.
Netflix got to stop making movies. I'm gonna be real. They got to stop. They got to stop making them big ass movies they be making.
that latest one, or the one that came out last month with J-Lo. I've been loving the press run because Sterling Brown don't like her.
I don't know what's going on behind that, but that nigga be looking like, bitch.
Oh, you Puerto Rican for real? But yes. Brandon, was there anything that you wanted to plug before we close out the episode?
Yeah, as always, you can find any if you like comic books, if you like black media, check out conceptmoon.com. Check us out on all platforms at Concept Moon. We'll be having a RPG coming out soon. So if you like tabletop RPGs, Dungeons and Dragons style stuff, we have that. Be on the lookout for that. And we have a new audio series coming out called Tales from the Moon. So that'll be dropping later this year.
Awesome. Jason, did you have any last words before we end this episode?
No, man. I appreciate everybody for listening. 106 strong, man. The things that go into it to keep that going and consistently, per usual. Appreciate you for constantly rolling with me with this idea that we're trying to make a bigger idea. And Brandon, appreciate you for coming on and chatting with you, man. Gotta have you back.
Hey, I appreciate y'all letting me come on, man. I'll definitely be back.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for joining us. And just want to go ahead and plug. We have our Them Dragons, aka House of the Dragons, lives because the new season has started. Y'all keep on the lookout for that. Happy Juneteenth. And also want to say next week we will be doing for 107 Bad Boys Ride or Die. Yeah, it should have been For Life, but they kind of fucked that up.
They mentioned it. They did. They mentioned it too. They was like, yeah, we dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Drop that
They
shit.
dropped the ball with that last Bad Boys movie too, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
You ain't like that? You ain't like that record? No, I like that. I like that.
Look, I love Bad Boy movies. Like Bad Boys 1 and 2, favorite movies. Some of my favorite movies all the time. Look, I'll take y'all on a whole tangent with that. Y'all let me. I ain't gonna do y'all like that.
You ain't like the Sons.
I don't like the continuity. I don't like the continuity from any of these movies. Like where Marcus's kids? Why ain't Marcus a badass no more? Like I don't like none of this shit no more.
I get it. Like they but I mean I feel like he was the father, so he had to do that as opposed to Will just always being just unwelcome to him. Because he finna get married. He finna get married in the next movie, so we're gonna see what he gonna be.
In movie number 1, Marcus Barnett is just as much of a star of that movie, an action star in that movie. By movie 2, he's starting to complain, and then by movie 3, he's just a clown. He's a character of his first character. Like to me, I can't even get with it.
I feel like in 4 they're trying to get back to it. I mean, you know, people. I haven't seen the nigger reviews just yet, but I have seen some white people do reviews, and they're saying it's supposed to be up there. But they always say that, which but I looked at some of the other reviews they do, and I'm just like, okay.
So are they building off of the team and the Suns coming back? Is it?
I don't. I'm Bird Box. I didn't watch the trailer or nothing. I can't answer any of them questions. Yeah, but I'm there. Whenever it drops, it's next week. No, not next week. It dropped. It's out.
Nah, yeah, it was last week.
Mm-hmm.
But our review 4 will be dropping.
Our reviews. That's what it is. That's what I meant to say.
That's why I'm here, man. That's why I'm here.
But yeah, shout out to them niggas.
And to all of y'all out there that listen and watch the Was It Good Though podcast, please be sure to rate, drop comments. We love listening to the feedback or reading it. And be sure to check out our premieres every Tuesday.
Yeah.
I am Jazz.
And I am Jason.
And this is Brandon.
I did not inhale.
Deuces. Wait, why did we do that?
Cheers. I don't know.
Hey.
The button on you. What you doing?
It is. I know I was trying to get.
And so I think, hold on.
Got the
I know where I'm
question.
at. Like, I'm just like, the order of my notes is not making no sense to me right now because I'm like, where are we at? Because it's talking about the cops were in the movie. Oh shit, never mind. I know where I'm at. Jason, I need you to edit this out
I
because
will.
I just had a high moment just now.
Just nigga, ha.
A little bit. But
I'm trying to hold it together for y'all.
all right.